If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. No, that's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
I don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof of my life, but the molding. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what? What is a star? Like another city, the driver's side flyer. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, cute as could be. You can watch us on YouTube, but view for free. Hey, this one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
The Marlins really haven't been 0-4 since 2001.
That's strange.
I found that to be a shocking statistic.
Is that right?
I find it more shocking that it was Pittsburgh.
It's 2001. Pot up Leroy.
Leroy should be up. Is there anything else that I'm doing wrong potentially?
You can't hear me?
A lot of things doing
I
wrong.
can hear you.
Oh, computer muted. Who does that? Why would
Who
you even
muted
need
his
to mute
computer?
it? No, my computer is muted.
Why would you mute the computer?
I've never done that in my life.
This is why you're getting too big for your britches.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can hear everybody. So
Oh, it's kind of great.
fix
Nah,
it, bro.
Frog, he's gotten way too big for his ego ever since becoming a stand-up
Okay.
comedian. You
All
know, too big for his britches. That's what he is, man.
You know, I want you to know.
Hmm?
Love you guys. Really do.
We do too. We're just your friends telling you, like, look, we're happy for your success, but you've gotten a little big for your britches. That's all.
Really, I've never seen you at a show.
Well, I mean, you never invited me.
Oh, no, that's a lie.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa.
Yeah.
Let's be clear.
Hmm?
At no point in time have you ever asked us or suggested that we go. to
Yeah,
the
you've
Improv.
only invited us to the game
I was
shows.
going to say, what about the millions of game
You
shows
invited
I
me to the
do?
game shows. I'm like, oh, are you hosting? You're like, well, I'm pushing the button.
pushing
I'm like, I don't want to go see you
Come on.
produce the. I want if you're going to host,
It's a fun
I'll
game.
consider it.
See that? So,
Yeah.
I think you
This
should.
is why he's too big for his britches. You know,
Yeah.
he's right now. He's on the Crowder wagon,
Yeah.
and then all of a
Oh,
sudden,
yeah.
it's the little
Oh,
people.
my
Going on
goodness.
tour, by the way.
You know,
Going on tour.
coming here up today in the pivot, our first time interviewing an amphibian.
You. What's it like to land and sea? You know what I'm saying?
But like I heard that yesterday on the broadcast after the Marlins dropped to 0-4, and just a terrible weekend of getting swept by the
By the way,
Pirates.
I asked this question of Tommy Hutton.
Hmm?
And I said, this team goes as the pitching, right?
Mhm.
And he goes, yeah, we got some pop. We got some pop. But
The pitching was the bigger issue this weekend.
huh?
The pitching was the bigger issue this weekend.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But it's not even the starting pitching. How many times
Oh, dude.
how many times did you go to the bullpen last year and it was a total collapse?
Dude, I was
AJ Tuck will be back in the
yeah, he
bullpen.
sticks. I've determined I've determined his starting career after one game, and I've determined put him back in the bullpen.
And
Make
Sixto,
him Burke Hop.
and Sixto, you were here for the heater. You're not here for change up slider. Okay.
How can you have your bullpen decimated in one series?
Oh my goodness. Now they're already
Tim Schumacher's like, we're decimated. I'm like, it's been 4 games. What do you mean? 4 games decimated? We're sending guys up and down. You got to send some.
They're gonna have to call
Jacksonville.
who's their version of Stoley the goalie?
I don't know.
We need him.
I don't know. But I was like, wait a minute. There's been some bad Marlins teams over these last. So we're talking
Not going through pitching like this though.
23 years. There hasn't been a season that has started this bad. There's been some bad Marlins. 0-4 for the first time since 2001.
Which also coincides with the other feeling you have with the Dolphins winning the playoff game. At least that was a long time for a feel good. Not a long time.
The Marlins have a championship in the midst of the time the Dolphins
Yeah.
have yet to win a playoff game.
Right. All right.
But I was like, all right, whatever. It's the first series. 2 were in extra innings. You showed some. I mean, you blew it. You had a grand slam. How many teams start a game with a grand slam and lose in the history of baseball? I gotta imagine that's a very rare feat.
It sounds like it, right?
It sounds
just
like
doesn't sound.
I don't know what the numbers are.
Hey, you ever just throw a stat out there? You say, look, I don't know if this is a stat or not, but there's very few teams that won starting off with a grand slam.
I would like to know that. If anybody's Peter Bendix, if you're busy today, when you're probably calling up who knows Pensacola for your next bullpen arm for the Angels tonight, look up how often is it that a team starts a game with a grand slam and they lose that game. Yeah. I would like to know that.
Well,
but that all pales in comparison to what I heard the star of the team have to say after getting swept and his reason for why they couldn't hit the Pirates bullpen.
Well, they couldn't hit after the about 4th or 5th inning in every game.
Yeah. Well, Jazz Chisholm, who you guys know I'm a fan of. Love Jazz, uber talented, think he's a star, but
he tried to get one of them free whoppers early because he told one.
He had, I almost feel like this has to be an April Fool's joke because this dude told a whopper after getting swept.
With cheese.
Yeah. Do you have Marlins center fielder, hitter of grand slam yesterday, Jazz Chisholm Jr., who is blaming the sweep basically on the roof being open?
What made, I guess, the Pirates bullpen so challenging this series?
That we couldn't see. That's all. I feel like the shadows was we're not used to playing shadows. We normally play inside every day, So when we get a shadow for 3 of the 4 games at home for the first time of the season, it's kind of hard to adjust to, We're used to the roof being closed and being able to see every at-bat. It's kind of tough to see when it's black out there and facing a guy throwing 101,
Okay. All right. Jazz. Dude. Hey, we know. Hardest thing in sports to hit a baseball. Let's say you wanted to go with this argument in June. Okay. But, my guy, first of all, you boxed yourself in. You couldn't get used to it after 3 games?
And a grand
slam. Second of all, you just got done playing a month outside. A month. You've been in Jupiter. You haven't been under a roof. You have not been under a roof in 7 months. When's the last time? Last September is the last time they were under a roof. You play 1 game and you're sitting here and be like, man, those shadows just too tough. Shadows? I don't know if he knows this. Does he know when they go on the road for half of the games in his career, which are much less than the other players on the team because he doesn't play much? But he realizes he doesn't exclusively play in a dome. And that's the bull bleep. He's got to be pulling my leg, right? This has to be a troll job of some sort, because if that's a legitimate argument from him, what the hell are we doing?
So they're never going to get a hit after the 5th inning because that's when the shadows are going to come up?
Dude. Yeah, the shadows. The shadows. It's too much.
And by the way, some stadiums are pretty bad with it, and they talk about it. But it's mostly for the outfielders, not for the batters.
Remember that always being a thing with the Marlins outfielders at the old stadium because there were football lights. They were always, you'd have a guy losing in the lights all the time. But dude, look, even if you believe that,
you can't say it.
You can't say it. That's got to be an inside thought, Jazz. That's got to be one to keep to yourself. Do you know how soft that sounds? We couldn't see because of the shadows. We're not used to it. Okay. Even if you think that's the case, you got to hold that one in your back pocket till the summertime, dude.
Till never.
You can't make that argument. The first series of the weekend? What?
I think you're underestimating these shadows.
Am I?
Yeah.
Why didn't Nick Gordon hit a home run to tie the game late? He hadn't been playing.
Good vision.
Bring him in. Home run.
Does Jazz have vision issues?
Isn't that Jazz's best friend? Can your boy go and look at you and be like, hey, man, Just because
I saw the ball quite well.
I saw was the shadow hiding the baseball straight down the middle when you watched it just go by for strike 3? What? I mean, all right. So it's just not, it's not only that you lose and do something that you haven't done since Jazz Chisholm was 3 years old, but not only that, but the face of your team is like, you guys are greedy with having this roof open too much.
The other thing is that as one of the leaders of the team, you really can't say that because you don't want that to trickle through your dugout, right? So you kind of have to be the voice of positivity because you are the leader and you don't want, baseball is a very delicate sport in that you get in these slumps and you got to find ways out of them.
Crazy. Schmieden says 4 games into a 182 game season, Tobin's already freaking out. Well, it's 162, Schmieden. I'm not freaking out, but like, dude, what are we doing here?
Kind of freaking out.
So we're gonna use basically in the first month of the season 35 pitchers. Say that to yourself. There's some guys that never thought they were gonna play in the first series.
Well, I mean, I'm genuinely excited tonight because Max Meyer is going to be starting for the first time in a while since he had Tommy John. By the way, we have a lot of guys coming off of injury. I don't know how reliable we should think of that either. It's like, well, feels like every guy, Severino's like, yeah, Tommy, this guy's coming off of Tommy John.
But here's the problem, right? These guys coming off of injury and starting is not conducive to bullpen because you know what the next thing they're going to say? They're going to watch his pitch count. So after like 4 innings, the bullpen starts warming up, and now you using them again for an extended amount of time.
Yeah, it's a bad situation. It's a bad situation because you come into this year, you lose 3 starters off the bat, so you're already going with your scraps in the rotation. And yeah, I mean, and who would have thought that the number one problem he would have had is playing outdoors?
I don't like you poo-pooing Jazz Chisholm's points.
Okay, why?
Because shadows do impact hitting. Everyone who knows baseball
Shadows
knows
do
that.
impact hitting.
Yes.
But you can't say, I'm not used to it. Jazz, you're not a rookie.
Yeah.
You're not a rookie. I'm not
State.
used to it. Okay. If the Marlins would have played, if he would have said this and the Marlins would have played 3 games this series.
Yeah.
With the roof closed. And then he's like, by Sunday, I'm not used to it. Okay, I'll hear it out a little bit.
All right.
Dude, they played. First of all, it's the first series of the season. They just played for a month outdoors.
Yeah.
And then this is the 3rd game that they played. The 3rd. No adjustment. You just don't get used to it at all.
They scored a lot of runs.
Rough.
So what, like, I don't know. What are you not getting? You got to score 15?
Jazz
right?
We got to get it done by the 3rd, guys. Here comes the shadows. Ah!
They did. They did get it done by the 3rd. They scored enough runs to win baseball games.
It's like you're scared of 2 things. It's like you're scared of vampires and the slider. I can't notice the difference. Anyway,
I don't like this.
Great start to the year, boys. Marlins Angels tonight.
Wow.
Heat though.
It's at night, so you know what that means. No shadows.
Well, listen. What's the temperature for tonight? Just let's clear it with Jazz. If the roof
75, 80.
I'm gonna tell you something right now, though, dude. Jazz, that roof's closed. You better hit like 400 when that roof is closed.
Yeah.
All right, you're like because it's gonna majorly be closed this year. All right, like you point out, your ass better be hitting tater tots left and right with that roof closed. Man. All right, take a break. Back after this. All right. Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, this is one of my favorite groups.
Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM.
Too bad my man's not with us anymore.
Dude from Lincoln Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't imagine any human being that could sing like that and then not be hoarse or anything.
I will always remember that the day he passed away, because I've never seen Beast move so fast. He was like, had to run to the shark immediately.
Oh, okay.
Like they didn't have the internet.
Okay. Okay, dude.
Oh my God, I'll be right back. Like he's delivering breaking news. Breaking news.
He's always dying to be the guy that just runs into a newsroom and be like, you guys.
Okay.
So everybody's back.
Just sometimes you guys tell me stories of Beast, and I'm like, this guy can't be real. He can't.
Oh,
be
I'm
real.
telling you.
He can't be a real.
That
guy.
happened.
Dude, he lost the dartboard. We put him in a big giant margarita out
Yeah.
of him in one of those, those big blue wheeling garbage cans.
It was basically a dumpster. Basically a
Oh,
dumpster.
We filled it up with water and margarita mix and ice and limes, and he had to sit in it.
Yep. Certainly did. You guys want to know what's fun?
Yeah.
First of all, I should give you headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
The Heat, they won yesterday, and they beat the Washington Wizards handily.
Okay.
But tell you one thing, it ain't like beating the Blazers by 60. Take that, Cronin.
Yeah.
You know what that is? TCB. Let's go. Let's go.
TCB. But also a lesson.
galore.
Also a lesson. Jamal Cain knew what he had to do.
Yep.
When we were sitting there in a blowout, and when you had to think to yourself, is beating the Blazers by 57 enough? And the Cain train, he said, nay, it is not enough, for we shall beat them by 60.
Yeah.
And it was good.
So
That's
he's
bad. Woof.
record by Scoot Henderson, correct?
Record plus minus -59.
Horrible.
So
Love that.
basically, you could have went out there with the lava.
Essentially, yeah.
You could have
Except
gone out there with the
Not
lava.
not for poor Gabby. She would have got crossed over by everybody.
You could have gone out there with the lava, and you could have probably been in a time where, like, all right, we
I'm
might
never-
be okay.
I'm never gonna forget that in life. You guys just having Gabby at the top of the key getting crossed over, legs just folding up under each other, and nobody doing nothing to help her.
You know what I thought about watching that game?
Hmm.
Poor Chauncey Billups.
Oh, poor Chauncey.
Think about a man who has been to the highest.
Big
of
shot
highs.
Bob.
This guy has seen winning basketball, and he has to go out there, and he's got. And by the way, remember the crown jewel of that trade was not only Scoot, because nobody was better than Scoot,
Ayton.
but
right?
then DeAndre Ayton, and that dude is who is he going through the motions? I mean, he is not trying at all. And they were like, we got DeAndre Ayton. Nobody's better than him. Woof.
That's what he wanted. DeAndre Jordan.
Oh man, it was awesome. I love watching my favorite basketball team win by 60 points. Put it on them.
It had to do with who more than anything.
Well, it's a record. A record's a record, Leroy.
All right.
A record's a record. You can't just scoff at at beating somebody by 60.
No, I'm not scoffing at it. They got, like I've always said this. Those guys got pros too.
Well,
It's still they still in the top 1% of 1% of the world in that sport.
how fast does Joe Cronin get fired in the offseason?
Oh God, I wanted him to get fired after that game.
I don't think he. I don't. Guess what? I don't think he will.
What?
How?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you why. Because he sold this whole thing on the idea of all the picks they're going to have in the next 2 or 3 years.
Picks.
I'm just telling you.
He told me there was nobody that could trade better than Scoot Henderson.
Again. And then think about this. If you fire him, you got to fire Chauncey Billups. And that dude got a bum rap.
Yeah, it's tough for Chauncey Billups.
You see what I'm saying? So
Probably best he gets out.
I
of there,
feel
though.
bad for Chauncey Billups, but I don't feel bad if Joe Cronin gets fired.
are you going to fire one without the other?
Probably not.
Right.
Probably
So
not. You're probably
that's-
gonna.
I'm
you
saying
probably do the old
they
team
give
house.
him. I'm saying they give him 2 more years of picks with his picks.
Cronin 2 more
Yeah.
years. I
Give me
can't,
Cronin
dude.
2 more
Because
years.
you have to understand how this thing was probably sold. This thing was probably sold on, we're going to get rid of our star. We may struggle, but we're going to get a boatload of picks in the next couple of years, and that's going to make us younger, and that's going to make us better, and we're going to have a coach that's going to be able to facilitate that transition. That's how you sell it.
Thomas Bryant had a garbage time fourth quarter for the ages.
Oh, did he?
For the ages, dude.
That was a man's fourth.
He was.
quarter.
Oh, it was a man's fourth quarter. What do you have? Like 17 and 10 in the fourth by himself.
Double.
Just killing.
Is he the only
Killing
one
them.
playing basketball?
Oh, he was playing so hard.
I see, dude.
Balls to the wall, dude.
Right.
Killing them.
So I have another thing concerning our chili peppers.
Mm.
And I came to
Oh.
this conclusion.
Hmm.
Forget Tobin's comments, which were ridiculous. But here's the deal.
How are my comments ridiculous,
Hold
by the way?
on. Hold on. Here's why it's tough in games like this. Because once the game gets out of hand, Jimmy's not going to play. And so anything that you have regarding Jimmy is going to kind of get lost because he's not going to play the minutes. Right? And that's kind of what happened. So,
Oh, we
but-
lost. We almost had it, baby. A couple steals, or a block.
but he wasn't even playing.
Yeah, I understand, but we would have.
That was my point. But you really pushed the Jimmy one, right? And so
I really didn't. I didn't. I first of all, I disagree with that. It's not like I sat on my soapbox saying we got to go Jimmy Butler blocks and steals. I asked, well, because this guy over here, who let's just
this guy.
let's
over
just
here.
say something about Frog Boy.
Sick of this.
He's a greedy pig.
Whoa.
He's a greedy pig.
Look at this.
He is. He sits here and he wants his pluses in the thousands.
Yeah.
He never just takes a hundy. He'll
Hundred.
never take a
Always
plus 400.
Yeah.
He always wants it to be plus 2,000,
Plus 400.
plus 3,000. Give me something good, Tommy. Give me something with some juice to it. And so I give you something, and then you whine because it doesn't hit
Oh,
at plus
no.
3,000. You know, look, if you want to go bet your little plus 300s with your little mouse ball bets, go ahead.
Okay. So wait. Is it if you want to bet small, then bet small, or is it me being too greedy? Which one is
You have to decide what part of the pool you want to swim in. Do you want to swim with the sharks or do you want to be with the minnows? That's on you.
I'll tell you what. If you get enough minnows, you can still get full.
He doesn't like that.
I don't like sharks.
If you guys don't want to be gambling with old Tobes, you don't have to gamble. I'll play with my old playpen. I'm not worried about it. I'm
Look,
fine with it.
Tobin, let me
If you
show
guys
you.
are gonna sit here. Oh,
This-
you really banged the table on it. Hey,
Tobin,
what?
Let me show you something. This is a week and a half.
What's that?
This is a week and a half. This is how long it took me to grow this.
Okay.
So you was talking about you shaved this morning,
I didn't shave this morning.
or yesterday, or the day before,
I shaved
or
last night. I don't know
I'm
what
just
one
telling you. This
I
is
don't really know.
this is a week and a half.
What does one thing have to do with the other?
Nothing. I just wanted to get off of it because you do this every time.
I don't do it. What do you guys put it up? You guys put it up. I'm not gonna-
Your guy is always the guy that ends up whiffing.
Yeah, my guy's also the guy that makes it a bet that's worth the squeeze. If you guys want to go bet your little
If you never win it, what's the point?
Oh, the action, dude.
No,
That's
it's not
whole
the
point.
action. I want to win.
All right,
I
then
don't
go
care if
bet.
it's $100.
Go bet. Then you do that. That's not where I like to gamble.
Well, you listen. Here's what you do: you get you some small bets, and then you work up a nest, and then you hit them hard.
Boring.
That's not boring.
Boring.
Okay.
Oh, let me go bet Raheem Mostert touchdown at minus 4,000.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like such a winner.
Gross.
No, you
No,
want
not that. Not that.
Oh,
You want to hit that Craycraft, dude. That's gambling.
Talk to me.
But all right.
He got mad at me. He goes, "You picked all underdogs to win the UFC by finish." Yeah, that's the point. That's why it is what it is.
Pretty
But
good.
it never happens.
We had
Came
inside
close.
information though, and still just didn't work out. Came close.
Did come close. If there were 30 more seconds in that main event,
Yeah.
we would have hit the Cheeto bet. And if Gilbert didn't get, in that weird
Ooh.
spin-a-rooney move,
Mm.
we would have won that. We would have been good, baby.
No,
Ooh.
didn't we have Kevin Holland wasn't gonna finish? Like that fight was not gonna go to the end.
Oh, we did have that. Well, I had it another bet. My first
yeah,
parlay of
true,
the week,
true.
I had MVP just to
We
win.
had a lot of stuff going on.
So I was only like 30 seconds
Mm.
on both fights from winning.
Mm.
But you never talk about that.
I
You
don't
sit
think you
here-
won since
You
Christmas.
sit
dude.
here and whine and cry. Oh, boo. Then don't, you know what? Don't walk with me then. All right?
Wow.
Don't
wow.
walk with me
Listen,
then.
yeah,
You two
Marcos,
cowards.
you know what that sounds like?
Yeah.
Sensitive. Little Ralph Tresvant.
I'm sensitive. You
Mhm.
guys are sensitive.
Sensitive.
If you guys can't get burned a couple times, don't sit by the campfire.
Not every time. Every now and then.
What do we bet? We bet small potatoes, baby.
Okay,
Yeah, small potatoes, and we're hungry.
I doubled down. Did not work.
Tell you what, though, Bam double doubles right now are all the rage.
Ooh, hey, you use my code. Just
Did
want
he
you to-
almost have a triple double? He did flirt with a triple double.
He was he got 30 seconds. Spo gave him 30 seconds to finish his triple double. He gave 2 shots to Patty Mills. Patty Mills missed a 3, and then Patty Mills missed his cut, and so Bam was stuck on 9 assists.
Yeah.
But then he wouldn't let him play the fourth quarter.
Smart.
That would have been a triple double in 3 quarters, too.
I know.
I mean,
They killed these teams. These teams stink.
okay. Well, we got a little more of a challenge tomorrow.
We do. Knicks are coming to town, but Knicks are banged up, man.
So are the Heat.
Nah, we're getting bodies back. All we're missing now is Tyler.
Okay.
Dunks is back. Kevin, we haven't even cracked open Kevin Love yet.
Yeah, that's good.
He's just sitting there for morale.
Honestly, it helps.
I think Kevin Love, they don't play Kevin Love. They play Kevin Love with Jimmy or Bam. That's it.
Put Kevin Love out there.
But you know what? You know who's been showing me something? Young Yovi.
Jovic has been awesome. Did you see that shot? Did you see that 3 that he hit yesterday
Oh
from
my
Steph Land?
Oh my
I'll tell you
God.
something about Jovic, dude.
He ain't afraid.
I was sitting there, the Steph Curry show's going on, right? And you have a lot of these sycophants out there. They're all obsessed with Steph Curry. Oh, Steph, do the thing. And meanwhile, old Tobes, I stay true to my team. I'm sitting there watching Jovic.
That's because you ran out of film on Steph.
And you could see Jovic.
You ran out of film. You sent us a whole video reel of Steph. What are you talking about?
What do you think, Steph Curry? What do you think? I'm out there with actual film, like the tape?
Yes.
Developed.
It says your recording device said memory low. You go, I better get some video of a Heat player.
This
cranking
this
his camera.
Jovic was sitting there, dude, and he was like, I'm gonna start hitting some from Steph range. And he went like 1 for 8, but that one looked good.
Oh, did it?
Oof. And then yesterday in the game, pulling up from deep. Love it. Goosies. We got a big weekend though.
You think Spo like puts his hand in his head in his hands when Jovic does that?
No, I think he loves it.
Really? All right.
I think he loves it. I think he loves him to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we got the Knicks tomorrow night. It sounds like Joel Embiid's debut is going to be against the Heat, or his re-debut.
He has 5 debuts a year.
Yeah. Yeah, Woj is reporting that he should be making his return later this week. Heat host the Sixers on Thursday.
Oh boy.
So it could be that game. Now, let me see. What's the Sixers schedule looking like? Bums.
Yep.
Philadelphia bums.
He got to play against the Heat though.
Yeah,
because you're fighting for positioning with the Heat. So whatever's going on around the Heat, you got to play the teams that you're actually fighting against for playoff position.
They got the Thunder tomorrow and then the Heat Thursday. So we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a big NBA week here for your Miami Heat. 41-33 on the season.
Damn. And then after that is the Pacers?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Damn.
Big week.
Big week.
Big week.
Yeah.
All right. Not made for mouse balls there, Frog Boy.
I don't like that.
Do frogs have nuts?
Okay.
Of course.
Are
They're
they
a
bigger
very
than
horny animal.
are they bigger than mice?
I don't know. I think that they're inside. I don't think they hang.
No, when was the last time you see truck nuts on a frog? It can't hop because why can't you hop? Because I got truck nuts.
One thing that will be fun. Go ahead, Marcos.
To make sure that my algorithm or my search history isn't as bad, I didn't search frog with truck nuts. I just put horny toads, and a horned lizard came up. So
Yeah, the horny toad. That's the horned toad. It is a lizard. It's not technically a toad. Bleeds out of its eyes, by the way.
I'd like to. What?
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you get that information from, Tobes?
Nature Channel.
Wow.
I could just hear you listening and being interested by narrator.
I'm going to be curious to see. You think there's going to be any horny toads at LIV this weekend? Anything on the golf course? Is that more of a Texas thing?
I tell you what, it's probably more of a Texas thing, but golf's boldest league is coming back to Miami this weekend, Friday, April 5th to Sunday, April 7th, and now's your chance to be there. Catch LIV Golf at Doral Blue Monster and see John Rahm, Brooks Koepka, and Dustin Johnson take on the world's most fearsome golf course with live DJs and a euphoric headline concert. Akon. Tickets are selling fast, so grab yours now at livegolf.com. That's livgolf.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Men's Final Four is set. Yesterday, NC State beat Duke 76-64. Purdue beat Tennessee 72-66. UConn just continues to steamroll everybody. They won this weekend, and so did Alabama over Clemson. So for the Final Four next Saturday, you got number 11 NC State against number 1 Purdue, and number 4 Alabama against number 1 UConn. Your men's Final Four. Women's Final Four will get set, the rest of it tonight.
Oh, there's a barn burner.
You got, of course, the big one tonight, which is 7 o'clock. LSU against Iowa. And then later on tonight, UConn and USC. So this should be a fun night of women's hoops. I watched LSU UCLA, which turned into a bit of a controversy with the media narrative, because I guess there was some article in the LA Times that was kind of racist. And Kim Mulkey blew that article to smithereens, which made me feel unfortunate because I was rooting for UCLA, but only because they had Gabriela Jaquez. By the way, they should have gone to her more. I mean, she had the hot hand. I don't know.
They'd have the
UCLA coach. What is she doing? You got to go to Jaquez, dude.
Hey, that footwork runs in the family.
It does. It does run in the family, dude.
Pretty good. Pretty good. The whole tournament for the women has been pretty good.
It has been. It has been. It's been exciting.
I found myself watching more women's games than I did the men's.
There's someone else that popped up too. Like everyone knows Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, Juju Watkins and stuff. But I saw someone who was like a 3-time Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year and just a bunch of accolades by her name. And I'm like, man, these athletes just keep. The only person I knew from the men's tournament is that big guy from Purdue and the Duke guy who paints his nails because everyone hates him, apparently.
Yeah, people are really mad about people painting their nails.
It's very
You see
strange.
what they did to Caleb, right?
I don't really understand. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't think that was like like people are starting to get manicures. It's comfy. You never thought anybody was going to go with some nail pizzazz a little bit later on.
I don't
A lot of
know,
people hate
but
weed.
a lot of times you have to be careful because you don't know the reasoning behind it. Because sometimes guys do it to honor somebody or whatever. But
I can tell you
it's
one
their
thing
own
right now: a guy having painted nails is not deterring me from drafting him.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure. Especially he was putting up buckets. He can do those
If
cringe
Caleb-
TikToks. all he
Yeah,
wants.
like if I'm the Chicago Bears, I go install a nail salon into the facility. No, Stephen Ross would.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Stephen Ross would have those fish that eat at your feet. Be like, would you like those?
Oh,
You ever see those?
I do see them.
Would you do that, Leroy? Would you do that? You do pedicures, right?
Can't do it.
No, I've had one.
I feel like
In
I
my
feel like
life.
you got into it.
My sister-in-law did it for me. And it was
Ticklish? Is it were you ticklish?
no, dude, my feet, nothing about my feet says tickle me.
Oh, you can't. You can't.
I
feel
don't listen, I don't touch my feet. How uncomfortable you think I felt having somebody else touch them?
it. Yeah, it's fair.
I definitely feel like if Leroy went on the frog thing, he would be, or the fish thing, he would be very disturbed by that.
Yeah,
Can't trust frogs doing it. You get warts.
Wait,
true.
first of all, you know, anytime I'm in any kind of water and something nibble at my feet, I'm out.
That's the thing. I know they're little fish there. I'm looking at them, but just to feel them, just like biting the dead skin off of your foot, I feel weird, man. I feel like I'm constantly
Who
getting.
makes a meal of that? Like,
Yeah, I guess I don't know, but they like to put it in places of like luxury. You always see it when you get off the
the
boat.
fancy places.
Yeah, you walk by a cruise ship, one of those shops they have on the port, and it's like, oh, maybe I should get these fish to eat the dead skin off of my.
That they just caught in the water that you got off your boat on?
I don't know these
No, no.
fish, dude. You
How did
could've
they
bought-
determine those are the skin-eating fish?
Yeah, they only eat the top too. No one leaves there with like bite marks or anything.
But it's a common thing in the fish world. Like
They're little fish. They can't get through that skin.
yeah, they got
Especially my skin.
you got this in the fish world because they got the remora fish that go on
Yeah,
on sharks that
sharks
kind of
and-
hang around
That's
for a
other
ride.
fish.
True. I've seen
You
that.
got,
even
you
in the
got
fish-
hold on. We got that in humans.
But a fish is stupid. It doesn't know. Like, I was like, oh, this is just a
Hold
shark.
on. Nobody got nobody to hang on.
those are leeches.
You call them a
Remora
different
fish
name.
over here.
Same concept.
Same family.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I'll be tuned into that tonight for sure. LSU,
Yeah.
Iowa, I'm into that.
Oh yeah.
But I was
Oh,
bummed.
yeah.
I was rooting for Jaquez's the Jaquez family,
Yeah.
Right. So
but LSU, they're good.
I think people get caught up in when athletes go at one another. They come at it from their perspective, right? Instead of because I'll tell you this, Caitlin Clark talk trash to LSU. LSU talk trash back. She ain't make nothing of it. You got to that's the game, right? That's the game. You can't get all up in your feelings if you're gonna talk trash and then it come back at you. That's life. But everybody else gets caught up in it. Oh, look at Angel Reese. Look at what she's doing. Oh, that's so disrespectful. Wait. Anybody see Caitlin Clark? She talk mad trash. So, like, yeah, when it's the other way, you got to be able to eat it.
Caitlin Clark talks so much her dad has to tell her to stop during the game.
Right.
when she's 8.
Exactly.
That's
Okay.
good.
A little too much.
And then somebody talk trash to her and everybody's offended. Oh, wait, why? Because when she do it, it's cute. Still got the same meaning on the court.
Not Tobin. When Tommy blasts the refs, he's like, "That's my boy."
Oh my goodness. Wait,
I was proud of him.
I just picture a little Tobin walking out there, tucking his little shirt in and going after a ref. I'm like, come on, we can't be teaching Tommy this.
It was great. I didn't teach him that. Well, I did teach him that.
You
That I
did teach him that when you don't watch games. And
they
you
got
sit
screwed
there-
the game before. Who's calling line of scrimmage at 8?
Very crazy, crazy call.
He's like, I don't understand what just happened. He's like, we won. He's like, and the ref throws up. Oh, he was past the line of scrimmage. Took away.
So he wanted like he was watching the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I was like, what is this?
Was it the person who like caught the ball? Was he the one who was lined up all, or was it like someone who was not even involved in the play? Because at that point, then we have to investigate to see if that ref has a translator, if you know what I mean.
That's what we calling it now.
That's what I'm saying. Dude.
Yeah, this is what the LA Times wrote for LSU.
About Tommy's game?
No.
Wow.
Wow.
That's Tyreek Hill league. Really gets
You got some bad coverage in this little league.
Coverage has gotten crazy for the Tyreek Hill Wellington Ravens. It says, this isn't just a basketball game. It's a reckoning. Picking sides goes well beyond school allegiance. Do you prefer America's sweethearts or its dirty debutantes? Milk and cookies or Louisiana hot sauce? A coach who embraces reporters or the one who attacks them? The tender star player or the one who taunts?
But that, see, and here's the thing. Here's what I hate about that comment right there. That could all be great, but you haven't been watching basketball enough, and you haven't watched enough Caitlin Clark, right? To see the mad trash that she talks. I'm fine with it. But you can't present that as being good and wholesome, and the other ones who respond to her and say, we got you, here's the ring, right? As being the bad boys of the Pistons. That's bad. That's bad. That's what makes this bad. It makes it bad because you, in your own writing, have basically said what the white young lady was doing was okay and cute, and what the black girl was doing was considered an act of thuggery. You said that in your writings.
By the way, they have an editor's note now in the LA Times. It says, the original version of this commentary did not meet the Times editorial standards. It has been edited to remove language that was inappropriate and offensive.
So that was the dumber down version, or they rewrote that?
No, I have the new version. Do you want the new version?
Watch. Here we go.
We apologize to the LSU program and to our readers.
Wow.
So they redid it. They took out the hot sauce and milk and cookies. It says
who's being racist?
Yeah.
Who's being racist?
This isn't just a basketball game, it's a reckoning. Picking sides goes well beyond school allegiance. Do you prefer the team that wants to grow women's basketball or the one that seemingly is hell-bent on dividing it?
That's just as bad. What are you doing?
Who's who? Like which team?
Which team is it? No, but here's what you're saying.
What?
The white girls from Iowa are wholesome and what basketball stands for.
Well, this is at UCLA. This was from earlier in the week.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But trust me, the same point. I'm sure there's somebody in the Iowa, Times that was thinking it.
What are we doing? Why can't we just enjoy sports and understand that as a writer, you can't fully understand what's going on that court, right? That's not getting me to read your paper. It's making me mad as hell. Do you not understand as a professional writer? Do they not understand what they're insinuating by using hot sauce or people that don't care about growing the game and only the white teams can do it? That's crazy.
Crazy, dude.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, am I the only one that thinks that even that's a tad bit much? Or are we gonna read into that LSU is just a bunch of thugs?
I mean, I suppose it's better, but it's not good.
It's not better. You chose different words to say the same damn thing. You just threw out hot sauce because I guess white people don't like hot sauce. Only black people can like hot sauce. So you're insinuating the hot sauce is the black team. What are we doing? Is that absolutely crazy? Holy smokes.
Dr.
And
Tabata
here's
says
the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing. That as a society, we would get on college kids and what they do on the basketball court and what they do as student athletes more than we will on a professional that's writing this crap.
Angel Reese posted on Instagram, by the way. She said, "We love milk and cookies."
Now, who's
That's
being more of an adult? Right? Because an athlete, we're taught to just have fun with it, right? We're taught to have fun with stuff like this and actually make fun of it. But do they not understand? Does all these professional writers and all that, do they think that's cute? Do they think that they made a point there? I mean, as a society, we need to do a better job of letting people know that that's not acceptable. Not just athletes. We are so quick to jump on a 20-year-old than we are a grown-ass person for doing something like that. I mean, who was the wide receiver for Philadelphia who used the N-word at a concert and got suspended?
Oh, Riley Cooper.
Yes. Do you understand how crazy we are as a society when somebody could write that, but Riley Cooper could say something and is an outcast?
Yeah, it was a bad
Oh
video.
my goodness.
You would agree it was a bad video.
It was. I'm not. But that's just offensive what she wrote. Is it not?
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Right.
Very
Okay.
offensive.
But guess what? We're going to say that's journalistic. That's First Amendment rights. That's this, that. Really? Really? We got to do better. We have to do better.
We'll take a quick break. Miami Dolphins rewarding somebody this weekend. I'll tell you about it next.
Text WQAM on the Kendall Toyota text line at 305-567-05.
It's our Tua, 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 Tonga Vailoa, not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort, Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua, it's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, 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 Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa, Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Hey, you know what? Totally fine, dude. Don't even worry.
Ooh. Man,
You
that
sick,
was
dude?
weird.
Are you sick?
I don't feel sick.
Okay. All right. Could be Leroy's fault. I'm not blaming you.
What did I do?
Oh, you sneezed a lot last week, dude.
Bro, he was sneezing like crazy.
He was sneezing up a
Oof.
storm.
The sneezer.
Mm.
Oof. Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks. You want me
Raheem
to fill in
Mostert.
with some facial hair and bring it to you?
I don't know. What are you taking pot shots today for, dude? First of all, I just shaved like 15 minutes ago. And second of all,
I was strange.
I just got some new razors.
Hey,
They're
check this
razor
out.
choppers.
Hey, check this out.
AKA he went to promotion.
Cool.
That's a
Fiery.
cool shirt.
That is
That's a cool shirt. I like
They
it.
love. Did you find out if they love Wembanyama over there?
Oh, he doesn't love them. Did you see he got his citizenship and is considering playing for the United States?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Are you sure that's not April Fool's?
Damn, I forgot that was the thing. I really hope not. You know what? Damn.
Good. Now when he goes back to Paris, they can hate him. They're not very fond of Americans.
Hey, you don't lend hates that. You can't say that word too many times on air.
Well, no. I look. We're not going to pull any April Fool's jokes, but we have to be aware today. So, for example, like if Tua's extension happens today,
Yeah.
I'm going to wait
Take it
for.
with a grain of salt.
I'm taking it for. I need like triple confirmation on that. If that's the news today. If Tyler Hero's making his return tomorrow, I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna need to see Tyler
You
Hero.
have to check. You gonna have to really look into the names.
Right. I'm gonna need to double,
This will be
triple
rough.
check. You got to be careful today, dude. You have to be careful today. But one piece of news that did happen before April Fools: Dolphins and Raheem Mostert agreed on a new 2-year deal. This one is worth up to $9.05 million. So very cool that he gets about 3.7 in new deal guaranteed money. So he gets a nice little raise from last year after his monster
21 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still think that running back room is pretty set, but who's the big boy? I think they need to find, like as a running back, right? I'm gonna say this. With 4 minutes left to go in the game, not a big fan of the sideways running because it's very easy with all those guys up in the box to end up in 2nd and 12. And now you're up against it and you're almost forced to run the ball. I like some trapping, some pulling, some kind of straight ahead stuff where you can almost push the pile for 3 or 4 yards, right? And that puts you in a very advantageous situation. But there's always going to be moments like that in the game where you're going to need to have a back that you can put in there and say, go get me 3 or 4 yards no matter what. And I just think the style that the other running backs run with makes it a little more difficult. And it's fine. They are successful and you were second in the league in rushing the football. But there are moments during the season where you said, okay, 4-minute offense, we need to just pound it down their throat. And we're trying to throw these little quick, short passes where you have so many variables in that situation. If it works, great. One incomplete pass, you give the other team the ball.
Right.
And so I just think they need somebody like that. And that may take away from Mostert, near the goal line and stuff like that, but it'll better prepare you for those moments in December, in January, where you need to chew up some clock running the football and not get caught up behind the chains on second down.
Yeah, I mean, look, Mostert's NFT was very strong last year. So, I think that you can't get much better. What?
Just throw that around like that's a accredited thing. You made that up.
What are you talking about?
NFT?
NFTE.
Nose for the end zone.
Nose for the end zone.
Well, okay, so that's different from NFTF.
Way different. That's nose for the football, dum-dum.
Heard.
You just have a nose.
Oh. That's a good one, but he's lashing out today.
I'm not lashing out.
No, not you. Leroy's lashing out on you.
I know. What's up with all the pot shots?
That was a good one.
Point for Leroy.
Well, here, as it's gonna be, you're going into my element on Friday. So
I can't wait. I'm excited.
yeah. Who do we got to see who we want to talk to.
We want to try and get the Gooch man.
Yes, because that's
you got it. It's our boy.
We got
the Gooch man.
Okay,
we got it. Do we have? Did they send you a list?
No, we
don't have a list.
They've been hammering me with full of do you want to this person? Do you want to talk to this person?
Well, you got to ask me who.
I did. I asked you last week. I said, who do you want to talk to? And you said the Gooch man.
Yeah, the Gooch man, or we can talk to Brooks Koepka.
You told me Dustin Johnson has the personality of a wall.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if LIV has changed that, and they're a little more, jovial. Right. I know it's a reach, but John Rahm, the most recent guy. Yeah, the most recent guy. And Pat Perez. And one of the reasons why is because I know professional golfers, and most of them are not upset that they left.
Right.
Because like I told you, my friend won a major in 5 other tournaments, and he has no status on the PGA Tour because he didn't, play well for a year. Right. So stuff like that, you can understand why a golfer would go take the guaranteed money. Plus, it's a big check, dude.
Stun Steve says that Leroy's going to be super serious journalist around the golfers like Tobin is with the fighters.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, listen.
It's your time to shine.
We always interview. A lot of times we interview the same guys, right? And they're very familiar with our work. And they know where I'm coming from. And I pretty much say, listen, I'm an amateur at this. So if I say something crazy, you just let me know. I have no problem with that. And then Tobin asks the serious, fight questions, and they go at it. But I will say this, I have more fun.
I do want to talk to the Gooch man.
He's going to think he's getting requested for serious golf, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, we bring on the Gooch man.
This is not going to go well.
How's the course playing? Is it bad? Are you stinking it up there, Gooch?
I mean, the thing that you probably want to know most of is that, they're still competitors, but is it easier to relax and play better golf than it is to being in that uptight, right, kind of stuffy situation? And I think, a lot of them probably enjoy the fact that they can go and have fun. Now, I will say this. If they don't perform long enough, they do get kicked off that tour too.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, well, at least they got that signing bonus money.
Right. Exactly.
All right. We'll take a quick break. Looking forward to Friday when we'll be at LIV. We'll take a break. Back more after this.
You probably think that you are better now.
Now, welcome back.
You only say that 'cause
Man, stuff getting out of the blocks today. It's weird. Might need to get some tea during the break.
Oh, yeah.
Tea.
Some
You
tea.
don't seem like a tea drinker.
I'm typically not, but only when it if the voice is sore. That's usually where I go.
But if you don't have the honey, the tea is irrelevant.
Is that true? You can't just
Yeah.
have regular tea? What if
Nah.
it's honey tea?
Oh, honey flavored?
No, honey flick.
Lashing out. Sorry, Marco.
Lashing out.
Hey, Tortuga Music Festival is coming to Fort Lauderdale Beach this weekend,
Ooh.
and we got your chance to win a pair of 3-day passes to see Lainey Wilson,
Oh.
Hardy, Old Dominion, Jason Aldean, and more. Keep listening to our show for details on how you can win. If you want to purchase tickets, go to tortugamusicfestival.com.
Hear that?
You're making it you're very proud of your goatee. Is it because you were like naked face for a little bit?
Yeah. Oh, I just want one of the reasons why I did it is because I wanted to show you how quick it was to grow it back.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like you got to reshave it because I'm taking your word for it. I don't remember when you had naked
What?
face. So you
What?
claim that it only took a week, but I don't really know.
It
See,
took
for
a
me,
week.
I know it'd be back like lickety split. Real quick.
We have another giveaway too. I just realized.
Yeah, we do.
Wow.
Yeah,
Look at the 8. Make sure you keep listening, guys.
yeah. If you like the music, especially intangibles music,
Okay.
No, I like Teddy Swims.
J-Fig is giving away tickets to Stained and Breaking Benjamin and Daughtry at the I Think Financial Amphitheater in late
Daughtry.
September.
Is Daughtry the one from
I'm coming home.
No. Is that that's he's from
American Idol.
American Idol, yeah.
I'm coming home. Yeah, home. There you go.
Yeah. -1 for
What?
doubt.
No, I was just asking. I was googling this. I don't think we have that.
-1.
Keep it here for info on how you can win J-Figs tickets. It's a Live Nation show, everybody.
Wow. Look at us embracing the culture.
You see, Avisail Garcia is upset because people were booing him his first at bat.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was upset.
He was upset because gets up to his first at bat and strikes out.
Okay.
They booed the hell out of him. And so he had a home run yesterday and he had a nice catch, but he says, quote, "We want to have results. I want to have results. Last year I was hurt. This year I'm healthy. Every time they put me in the lineup, I want to do my best, but it's not good for players to hear in the first at bat of the season I strike out and they boo. That's not good. I don't like that. It's the first time in my career that's happened. Fans are fans. The game looks easy from the stands. I understand, but it's not from afar." I gotta tell you, we got a lot of whining Marlins this first series.
Hold on.
Whiny, bro.
You know me.
Mm-hmm.
And I have always said this. You can do what you want, right? Stay away from the stuff that you can't say in the street that'll get your ass kicked. But you can do what you want if you want to boo or not. But I always have this comment. If you are a fan of that team and you want that team to do well, you think they're gonna get there with you booing them or cheering them on?
Well,
I'm just saying that's my only thing. So I get where he's coming from. Unfortunately, dude's been hurt since he's been here, so it has
and when he hasn't been hurt, he's sucked.
Right. So like
32. Wow.
I understand why the fans would boo him. It's like, yo, we brought you we thought you were gonna add to this, and you haven't been here. I get that.
Payroll bandit.
Right. I get that. I understand that. But I also feel like if you're a fan of the Marlins and they're struggling, you think booing them's gonna get them over the hump?
I don't care what it feels. The dude has been stinking up the joint. I'm going to give him some booze until he starts turning it around.
But so you want him to turn it around, right?
This is the time.
You want him to turn it around. You want him to turn it around, right?
But this is how I think players think we should be sometimes. When you stink up the joint, you've been paid handsomely.
Right.
Stunk. All right.
Right.
On top of being hurt. You think that I should come there and be like,
no,
he strikes out his first at bat. Hold on. And this is the reaction they That's okay, Avi. Nice try.
No, I'm not saying that at
Good
all.
job.
I'm not
Was it
saying
the shadows? Was it the shadows?
Let me tell you a story.
Why that voice?
So when we were 3-13 and I was a rookie, right? We got stomped and we were going into halftime and we got booed. And then we came out at halftime and then we lost. And then after the game, nobody would talk and I had a camera in front of me. And they go, "Hey, did you hear the fans booing?" I'm like, "I would have booed our ass too." Right? Like, I get it. I'm not saying they don't have a right to boo. I'm just saying, as a fan, do you think that's going to turn it around?
I don't know.
Okay.
But if he, but your proponent is because booing does feel good. Oh,
To
it
you,
feels good.
to you,
Booing
But
feels good. No,
not
it
the
doesn't.
damn athlete in a slump.
Yeah, well, you want to know something? You should have gotten some more hits. I don't know
Right?
what to tell you.
So you think it just? But that's listen. That's why I always ask that question. I know what the answer is, and I know you have every right to boo because you're not happy with the product. But at the same time, right? Like, especially like in football, when you boo a team going into the locker room, I say, you think they're gonna come out enthusiastic? right. I'm just saying, we're like, how would you feel? Right?
No, I go look at my $53 million contract, guaranteed,
Right.
and I try to make myself feel better. I buy myself something nice.
No, I wouldn't even. It's at that point, it's not about the money. See, it's about the money for the fans, but not for the player. He just wants to play better.
Trust me, I wish he'd play better too. But we've seen it for a few years.
Oh my goodness!
Damage is done. No longer a spring chicken.
The damage is done when they already gave out the $53 million.
Not
So
the show.
now it's guaranteed. You might as well just go ahead on and like hope for the best.
Here's what I would say.
Right.
Here's what I would say to Avi Garcia and to Jazz Chisholm.
Oh yeah.
You want to know, guys? Get a win under the belt before we start with these hocus pocus reasons. Oh, it didn't feel good. Oh, the shadows. Oh, go win a game. It's not like none of the games were in your grasp this weekend.
Yeah, but
AJ Puck one, I get that. Listen, you guys had no chance.
Not your fault.
By the way, I loved they were interviewing Peter Bendix as that was going on when AJ Puck was on the mound.
A meatball.
And and they go, yeah, this was Severino and Hutton are bringing it up to him. They're like,
hey, go ahead, keep going.
He goes, this was Mel Stoudemire's idea. He goes, yup, sure was.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Paul. It wasn't my idea.
I thought it was going. Yeah, because that's usually what happens, right? Oh my goodness.
If somebody immediately brought up to me that this guy was like, yep, just so you guys know, new president of baseball ops, not my idea to have him out there in the starting lineup. Which, by the way, he doesn't even look comfortable. He's like, I worked on some new pitches. Now?
Well, because when you're a reliever, you just only need 1 or 2 pitches.
Use the ones that work.
I tell you what, the Sixto worked on some stuff too.
Sheesh.
He threw that meatball slider up and in the meat of the plate.
This guy's telling the guy who's making $53 million guaranteed wants to sit here. You think they're going to pick up that club option?
I think
Damage is
you
done.
know how in Paris they have a countdown to the Olympics. I think Peter Bendix has a countdown to where he can get from up underneath that.
Oof, anchor.
Oof. Now it is the first week. What happens if he goes on to hit like 20, 25 home runs?
Damage is done.
What would happen?
Yeah,
You'd have to stun Tobin. That's what would happen.
Really? Why you don't think? I think
put
like
some crow
why
on it?
do? Can I ask you a question? Why do you believe that if a guy sucks, he's gonna suck for life?
I don't think he's gonna suck for life. I've just seen him suck for 3 years.
Okay, I got you. Right?
Also
Like,
on the hill. Not like he's a developing player.
Right. It's not like
You
it's
know.
not like he's got this youth that he's gonna tap into.
It's 32.
right. I'm just like I'm not. I try not to be that guy, right? And one of the reasons why I try not to be that guy is because, man, I don't know. Was I ever that guy?
The year before he got here, 29 home runs. In the 3 years after that, 12.
Oh no.
In 3 years?
Yeah.
Wow, that has the makings of Brady Anderson.
Oh, you think he Bane juiced?
I don't know.
Mm.
I mean, you know, Bane juice for 29. He Bane juice for 50. Right? Like,
Well, listen, you make 53 million, whatever you Bane juice, it was kind of worth it. That's good.
I don't know, man. I'm just like baseball's tough, man. You don't know when that 0 for 30 is coming. That 0 for 20. You're right. That 0 for the week. Like when you talk to these guys, they all have to stay relatively positive because they know they're going to hit that patch during the course of a season of 600 at bats. So, like, I get what everybody's feeling that the 3 years we pay for nothing, but I always have to believe that like they can turn it around. I hope
You're
so.
nice.
I hope so. Right? I hope so. If I was,
Well,
if my career was determined based on my first 6 months in the NFL, I would have been a bust.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. They better close that roof for him. Because if the shadows are
Do
that
we want
bad,
it closed or open?
Jazz wants it closed.
There ain't no way your team can't afford it. Can't afford all that AC. They need nature to air to. What are you doing, dude? Like you can't pinch pennies and then have a $7 million electric bill because Jazz don't like shadows.
Oh man, take a break. Give out Leroy's game balls and game bums next.
Bum, 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 bum.
This guy's a ball. Leroy.
What's up?
It's that time on a Monday, man. Gather us around the locker room, hand out your game balls and game bums.
Well, my game balls have to go to the finalists for the Final Four. They all won their regions. That's UConn, Purdue, NC State, which is the lowest seed. Were they 11th seed?
Yep.
And who's the other? I want to say
Alabama.
who's Alabama? Correct. And Alabama has just an ogre, like he's a big boy. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I still think UConn's the best team, but kudos to all of them, including like you got 11 seed that made it all the way to the Final Four. That makes this interesting every year. And they keep putting Duke and North Carolina up there, and they keep losing. So
I just want this all to end with DJ Burns holding the trophy. I wouldn't feel that great for big guys since Andrew Ruiz won the heavyweight championship.
Yeah.
Did see something scary though. You saw
What about Edie's bigger than him?
Who's that?
Was it Eddie Edie
for Purdue?
From Purdue, yeah.
Yeah, but he's not built like him.
Yeah.
No, he's not built like a big boy.
Nah.
Right. And my game bum. I'm gonna go back to this writer. And was the LA Times?
LA Times.
Like the fact that as a society we allow this nonsense is a joke. That we will criticize a player, a kid, right, for saying those same exact words and admonish him and trash him or her and do whatever. Yet these people can write whatever the hell they want.
Ben Bolick, by the way, is the writer.
And don't get any of the backlash from society that should. And to take it one step further, that was a bit extreme. We corrected it with basically the same words, just using nicer, things to explain it. But you're basically saying the same thing. Either know about what you're writing about and understand that in most cases, these are responses to what the other person has done in sports so many times. If you had watched Stylebender, right, and watch what he did to the guy's kid without knowing the whole story, you would think he was a fool. But after knowing the whole story, you laugh, you chuckle. So find out, just like we got to do better. We have to. But that, for that guy, right, to write something like that, I think it is a joke, and maybe we should all kind of take a look at ourselves for reading that crap.
Crazy, man. What were you saying, Marcos, about Joker?
Joker seems like he's trying to recruit DJ Burns.
Oh, really?
He's talking very highly of him and complimenting him.
Joker's gonna like the day and age where nobody has to run anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, identifies.
Sick of all these abs all over the place.
He can play. You know why he can play? He can play 40 minutes a game because dude does not move.
Tell you one,
he was at his own Joker pace.
DJ Burns is gonna be looking at this like, oh no, I got drafted by the Heat. Riley's gonna have him svelte at like 245.
Although I will say, old boy from New Orleans looks rather slim.
He does.
He looks slim. So maybe he just lost that baby fat.
Of course, Joker's gonna like that guy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Body like me.
I don't want him to be drafted by the Nuggets. Please don't get drafted by the Nuggets.
Oh, it's so scary. That's just what the Nuggets need is another giant.
I don't want that. Sick of them.
Like, listen, we're tired of paying you, Aaron Gordon. We're getting DJ Burns here with us.
I mean, the shortest guy on their team is currently constructed as 6'4", right?
Yep.
And that's Murray, who lights it up.
Very annoying. That being said, They're in trouble, dude.
They're
The
in
Heat are on. The Heat are on
trouble.
track. Have
Oh,
they beat
boy.
anybody by 60 this year?
I don't think so.
Didn't think so.
Nope.
Didn't think so.
Biggest margin of victory. Right?
I don't know if and I don't know if you guys saw. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can look at your watch right now.
Hmm?
You know what time it is?
Oh, what time is it?
Scary hours, dude. Scary hours, dude. Because Scary Terry is lighting it up right now.
I thought you was gonna say Jimmy time because Jimmy time went through daylight savings. So
Jimmy did what Jimmy had to do in a Washington game. He goes, he gives you 17. He gets to the free throw line 7 times. That's a TCB Jimmy game.
you know what it wasn't?
Hmm?
A 2.5 block and steals game.
It was not. It was not. But you know, I mean,
listen, I wasn't even. That's the least of like a game like that. You don't worry about what Jimmy puts out there because he wasn't needed.
no. Tomorrow's a game Jimmy needs to show up. Tomorrow's a game where you got the Knicks
Who
in town.
are we gonna put on Brunson, who can basically score in everybody?
I don't know. You probably throw him a lot of different looks.
Caleb be back? Will Caleb be back?
I would think so.
Okay.
I would think so. I think they were just
Because
gonna
I think right now, if I had to go with somebody who I can use on one side of the ball that can also give me something on the other side, it'd be Caleb Martin because his energy gets him a lot of shots.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't know whether or not that story that Marcos was talking about Wembanyama is real. I assume it was fake. Fake.
I got, dude.
Yeah.
Can't find it anywhere.
But that being said,
Yeah.
he did a service to America by beating Jalen Brunson in that 60 because I could not even stand whatever the Knicks fan was going to say if Jalen Brunson had 60 points in a win.
Real story. He did get fined for that game, though.
Because he kicked the ball in the stands?
Yeah, because he threw the ball in the stands. 25,000.
Man.
Hefty fine.
Pops got him.
Pops got him. Yeah, for sure.
40 and 20.
Man, you think Pop is losing his mind right now? Because he went through this with when Admiral got hurt.
I don't know, man.
They ended up with Duncan.
If I actually made some moves next year, knowing that I have this freak show who's putting 40 and 20 up, I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're going to get a top 5 pick again.
Someone's got to want to go play with that guy.
For sure.
Right?
For sure. Yeah.
I know San Antonio sucks, but still.
Yeah. Someone's going to want to go.
Someone's going to want to go play with him.
What's Bradley Beal doing?
By the way, did you see these comments by Donovan Mitchell this weekend?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Wait. So that's what that text was about?
Whoa.
Wait.
Very interesting.
Wait.
Which text?
Because,
I don't remember a text.
Because Whaler over here, who's not whaling anymore, he gave that up, right? He just sends a text. Donovan Mitchell? And I can hear him saying it. I can hear him saying it. That's the worst part. You don't remember saying it.
I don't recall saying that.
Okay.
I can't keep track. I didn't say that this weekend.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
I don't remember.
I just looked it over. I never texted Donovan Mitchell.
Hold on.
Wow. Not once. The last thing I texted you guys actually was AJ Puck bum.
So true.
AJ Puck bum. Then who sent the? Oh, I know who it was.
Who was it?
I just assumed it was you.
Who was it?
Robbie.
Oh.
No.
What did Robbie say?
You're on the same one.
Oh, it was on that one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My bad.
Well, I just assume any of that stuff that comes from hold on, let's see.
Looking at this quote though. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Because apparently Dan Gilbert was like, oh, he's gonna sign.
I'm not so sure.
Here's the problem. Our text with Robbie ramps up right around baseball season in the draft. And they're real close to each other. And that's how this starts. Right? So, there you go. I see you. There you go.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the text. Our last, they say, we are the first team in Major League Baseball to burn out our bullpen in the first weekend.
I was like, are you serious? Depleted bullpen. Oh.
Robbie said Yuri is not coming back.
What?
I don't think that's true. I think when you, I don't think that's true.
April Fool's joke. I can't.
No. This is yesterday. It's not April Fool's.
Sorry.
Anyway, if you guys want to go
on his part,
if you guys want to go to Tortuga,
yeah,
Tortuga Music Festival coming to Fort Lauderdale Beach this weekend. If you want to win a pair of 3-day passes, caller number 4
as the amount of Marlins losses.
Caller 4 to 305-567-0560. Caller 4 to 305-567-0560. Caller 4 will win a pair of 3-day passes. You guys can see Lainey Wilson, Hardy, Old Dominion, Jason Aldean, and a whole lot more. Leroy's guy Teddy Swims right there on Fort Lauderdale Beach. If you guys want a pair of 3-day passes to Tortuga right now, caller 4 to 305-567-0560 will win those pair of 3-day passes. If you guys don't win, you still want to purchase tickets, go to tortugamusicfestival.com. Take a break, get to some cat talk coming on up. Heat, they're rolling after a very dominant weekend and a big week coming on up. Plenty to get to. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Let's start off this hour, get into a little cat talk here, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out when it's game time. Make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers.
Marcos is a cat charm.
Woo, am I 3-0 this year?
3-0?
3-0.
Wow.
This one was scary though. This one was scary. Although, hey, let me just say something. Those refs, bastards.
Yeah, what's up with them lately,
What
huh?
is up with that, dude?
What's up with them?
They did anything they possibly could to make sure that Detroit had a power play opportunity. I learned some stuff about hockey.
Did you really?
Yeah,
No, here's what I learned. I know who won the hockey game.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
Because old anti-mush sends a text.
Ooh.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You are welcome, Panthers. You're welcome.
What all right, so it was a much needed. The Panthers have kind of been
Yes.
stinking up the joint lately.
Yep.
So they get this shootout win over Detroit. They play tonight. Cats are taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. I hate their ass because their stupid fan base was like, we want Florida. Kill them in the playoffs.
So fun.
And you know Canada hates us.
Yep.
You know, because they're like, oh, Florida gets a good team. When do we get a good team?
I'm
And I would
loved by
say-
Canadians.
What's that, dude?
I'm loved by Canadians. I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you loved by your all Canadians or just your Canadians?
My Canadians.
There you go.
Yeah.
But so what else did you learn besides the refs being bastards?
Okay. Did you know during the anthem, they still honor Spencer Knight?
They are still shouting Knight.
Still shouting Knight.
I think
So we're still doing
Stunt
that. Huh?
Steve said that Spencer Knight has been killing it in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And that's true.
Yeah, I've
He's
heard
got
good
like a
things.
crazy streak going on right now.
Yeah,
Look, mind you, he's only 22 years old.
for sure. For sure. Still got some time. Bob, Bob's kind of up there in age. He's only got a
Bob
couple-
ain't no. Hey. Listen.
Yeah.
I have talked trash about Bob.
Yeah.
You cannot talk about Bob's age and his performance. The two do not go hand in hand. As
Also, goalie's
anybody,
age.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
anybody on that team will tell you he's the hardest worker there.
I would guarantee he's in better shape than some of the young pups.
Right.
I
So I don't even discuss how long. I may say something about Bob, but the one thing I won't say is the age portion of it, until I see otherwise, does not matter.
Saved us in that shootout. Locked it down, dude. Completely locked.
J-Fig says she'll be at the Panthers game.
No, she
Oh,
was referring
boy.
to Tortuga.
I was about to say she's going to be in Canada. Scotia Bank.
She's there, dude.
Oh, she's going to be at Tortuga.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Everybody knew that, but you knucklehead.
Well, my bad. I didn't see the time on it. You
Thank
guys are
God she's not
lashing
going to
out.
be at the Panthers game. I mean, we know how that goes.
Murder.
Can I just say every game she's been to recently? It's not good.
He said, so wait. So the mush is passing on the mush.
I'm
You have
just
passed
saying.
on the mush to J-Fig.
My curse is broken. Tobin broke his curse.
Tobin, are you boots on the ground tomorrow?
For the Heat, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm pretty much boots on the ground from here on out, except for maybe like one Raptors game.
this
Because who can
is
watch the Raptors twice?
this is going to be the true test of your mushdom, right? Like it's easy. Everybody, like basically, Tobin went to the last two games hoping for a slump buster. He got it, but here comes a real test coming into town. If you show up, this is the true test of whether the mush is broken.
I don't understand. So like it only I mean, I've been to like every Heat home game. Their record is pretty up and down. My record is pretty up and down because their record is up and down.
That's true.
I think I have no Barretts on their record because I've gone to plenty of wins and plenty of losses.
Is this like a unique like season for the Heat? They're usually a lot better at home, right?
It's weird.
This is crazy.
They're second in the Eastern Conference in wins. The only team that has more wins than them is Boston
Right.
on the road.
On the
It's
road,
very strange.
right?
They did
It's
this
strange.
last year for the playoffs too, though. I'm not liking it.
They were very good. Yeah. They have not been. Yeah, they've not been good. It's weird that Boston and Miami are in this situation where they play each other,
Yeah.
and neither team is very good in their building.
It was very strange.
It's very strange Because Jimmy Butler looks at the TD Garden and goes, "Playpen. That's my spot, baby."
True.
He loves the TD Garden,
Yeah.
but simultaneously, they have not been very good against.
I
Boston.
mean, what's up with the South Beach flu and all that? And,
I don't know.
I mean, did you? Can I just say this? Did you not assemble Astron?
Me?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not in charge of the Astron Rolodex.
No, you never. Not once this year have you said Astron assemble.
Well, do the Knicks play tonight? Do we have an Astron availability tonight?
Are they in town early? Did they come to town early?
They played last night. Yeah, they're not playing 3 straight. Okay, so the Knicks should be in town already. They should be in town already.
There you go. Hey,
Mm.
free day. Beautiful, beautiful day today.
I don't know. You think this Jalen Brunson can be distracted? He looks very
Goodness.
he
Can
seems
anybody
very
in the
high on
league
the
guard him?
prize.
Can I just say this? Did you think he was that? Because he is playing like what everybody thought Spider Mitchell was going to be, right?
Yeah, he's amazing.
He is unbelievable.
He's amazing. He can still go to hell, but I mean, he's amazing.
I mean, look, you can hate him, but you can't. You got to acknowledge his greatness this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do it in a win.
he has been.
Well, not the 60 point though.
No, not
60 for nothing.
Oh, that's what you call it. Oh, so you gonna say he gonna do the same thing that the coach for Minnesota did?
60 for nothing. Played very immature.
Very immature.
Very immature.
That player sit in the locker room and say, "I scored 60." You know what?
I mean, you make a good point. I mean, maybe this is one of those nights we need a little Astron to come in here and assist.
It's not like, yeah.
It's in the biz night.
What biz?
So we need the old school powers of like Tootsies and the booby trap.
Oh yeah,
to come together.
Yeah, let's not
Destroy
forget
New York Knicks,
the cheetah
and the cheetah, dude.
Yeah, just send limos right in front of their little hotel.
Astron, assemble!
There we go. There we go. We got some New Yorkers in town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Spring break still going on. Is that done?
It's over.
Is it?
We can't just round up a couple from the beach. The Knicks, man, the Knicks are coming to town.
Nah, they don't. No, we need professionals, dude. We ain't messing with.
On the cheap skis, baby.
No.
Got a budget.
Here was Paul Maurice, by the way, after the game that Marcos won for us.
Yes.
He comments. Can you tell if they won or lost?
Especially, I moved a lot of different pieces. It was an unusual game. We had an awful lot of zone time, lots of shot blocks, but also some really, kind of fine opportunities to score. And Alex Lyon made some really good saves, and I think we missed on a bunch too. And then it's here in the box, and you got a problem. But I thought we were better than the final score is what I thought.
Lots of power play time for the opposition.
Yeah, we're working on our kill the last 2 games. Yeah, we've petitioned the league for a little more penalty kill time. They've been good about it, so. Well, it's a bit driving force all year for us. I mean, we're close to top 5, and when you take a look at our penalty kill, it struggled early. We had a whole bunch of new guys to integrate, and then it's been really good after that point. So our numbers, I think, since the mid-November would be close to the top. So we've relied on it to win us games, and it was we didn't get it all done tonight, but based on the volume that I think we've seen over our last 2 games, we're going to be really happy with where it's at.
I got to tell you, that's the best. That's the best one I've heard since Spose Do Not Find Me.
Yes. Wait. So, can you tell if they won or lost?
No, I can't tell.
Right. That's in every press conference is that way, right?
I
we did some good
more
things.
penalty kill time.
They've been really good about it.
But he still says it in the same tone, so you can't tell where he's coming from with it, whether he's on the officials or he's not, right? But he put it out there. He's like, I couldn't tell. Like when I heard this, right? I'm like, did they win?
Tonight, 7:00 is your puck drop from Scotiabank.
I like the 7
Arena.
o'clock. Although I will say this, dude, I
Hmm?
found out something really cool. Like, I don't want to listen. I'm gonna sound old when I say this, right? Wherever I am, I can put my direct TV on my phone.
Yeah.
I thought you could only do it if you were in your Wi-Fi at your house.
No, dude.
You're adorable.
Yeah.
I don't want to
So,
pinch his cheek sometimes.
so wait. So while I'm watching TV, and I don't like to do this, right? Because it's too little. I need to go get my eyes checked. Because I'm like somebody asked me to read something, and I couldn't see it, and I just said if I can't see it, it don't need to be seen, right? So, but I think it's time for me to go because I can't like. It's
Have you heard about this? They have this new thing too. It's pretty amazing. If you don't feel like just making a call, you could shoot words at somebody. It's called a text message.
Oh my goodness. No, you guys misunderstand what I'm saying. Okay. I'm not saying that I didn't know I could do it on my phone. I'm saying that I thought that when you do direct TV or something along those lines, I know I can do Netflix anywhere, right? I had to be in the zone of my house. That's what I thought.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, Leroy still brings a little. See, you got I
like the little handle.
Nick T, I want to kick your ass right now. Too much, Nick T. Wait, Leroy,
One of those crank up radios.
What do you see? That came across wrong because you guys making it sound like no. Hey, Dr. Toboggan, I faxed from my phone, dude. What are you talking about? Ha!
Changed.
I changed. Look, it's still sending letters. Ooh, come on. Smoke signals. Here we go. Here we
Let's
go.
do,
See,
some more.
I expose myself. I let you guys know how my world is, and you make fun of me and you mock me. Leroy still no. I use my phone, Smeathan.
Everyone right now is going in on the chat
Yeah.
of old school things, Leroy.
You trying to dial up on the cell phone? No.
Actually, do you know that they've updated jokes? Like children have updated your mama's so old jokes. I heard one the other day. It was like, your mama's so old, she had to get off the house phone before using the internet. And I was like, wait, no,
that's not cool.
Is that is that?
Oh yeah, get bing, bing,
Really
bing,
messed things up, though.
You don't remember that? Bing, 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 bing.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
All right. The Miami Heat, they win yesterday over the Wizards. They had a double win weekend. They're back at it tomorrow. Tonight, you have the Women's Elite Eight. 2 more tickets to be punched in the Final Four. 7 o'clock.
You
have
ready to say Final Four?
Final Four, yeah.
Final Four. Final Four.
Don't deflect just because you learned streaming.
I know. No, it's not. You guys misunderstood me, but that's okay. I'll eat it. I knew I opened myself up for some conversation.
LSU Gotaga. They're taking on Iowa.
Oh, and you mean the hot sauce? It's taking on the milk and cookies? Really? Milk. Like why do you just say whites against the blacks?
Also,
milk and cookies?
Also, the guy writes for the LA Times. Like
right.
LA?
And we fall for it. We fall for it all the time.
UConn takes on USC tonight as well at 9 o'clock. So you got that going on. Check it on out.
You know what's cool is all the stars are still in it.
Yep.
All the stars. That's pretty cool.
We'll take a quick break. We'll flip things over to the Pro Hoops. Miami Heat. They had a nice little weekend. 15 minutes of heat. That's next.
is sponsored by Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, home of the $8,000 trade. Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.com.
15 minutes.
Bum, bum. 15 minutes of heat here for you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Miami Heat, double win weekend. Joe Cronin. Joe Cronin. I wish I could have been there somewhere around Joe Cronin while he got to watch his team get waxed by 60.
Can I just say this?
Yeah.
And what would be the most frustrating thing I'm going to say about this season?
Okay.
The Heat have just beat the last two teams by more points than they've scored in a lot of third quarters. Meaning that they didn't get to 72 points by three quarters on a number of occasions.
Okay. That's a little bit of an odd take, but I got
I would have said the whole game, but they got to 80. Still kind of crazy.
Portland is they're bad. They're a terrible team.
Well, so was Washington, and
the Heat did lose Washington earlier this year. So
I mean, this year is only the first day of April. So
they lost to them. What was it?
February?
Yeah, I think it was the beginning of March, something like that.
Yeah.
It was.
I love the energy that they played with, right? But keep in mind, like when you have a game like these last two games, you have a lot of guys who come in with a lot of energy who don't normally play, right? But I like Jovic is doing stuff.
He's been tremendous,
right?
I'm very proud of him because it really did feel like, oh man, is this going to be another year where Erik Spoelstra is just going to like put him on the shelf, and for him to come in basically by the All-Star break and be given the chance to be the starter, and he has not relinquished it. You know, he has not relinquished it, and that's even with, you know, that you can't even really use the health thing as an excuse because guys have come back. He could have been bounced for other guys, and they've kept it with him, and he's earned it. He's played. He has not looked like a complete disaster on defense.
Right.
He has been a very willing shooter. He does not need the ball in his hands a ton. And it just helps. It adds a little bit of size, baby. It's nice to see. I'm very, very happy with Nico.
I think him and Bam and Jimmy have a good rapport to where they can play off one another. So it's if there's anything that you found in this last 2 months, it's the fact that you can kind of give Yovi some valuable minutes.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's been tremendous for this team, and honestly, you got to give it up to Terry. Terry has been on a real hot streak lately.
We thought that's the way he was going to play. It was just getting acclimated, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's nice having we talk about like having a guy who's not scared to go out there and shoot those step back threes, those deep threes.
You can't have the nickname Scary Terry and you be the one scared.
He's not scared.
That's what I'm saying. You can't be called Scary Terry and then be frightened by everything.
I'm delighted into what he's bringing to the table.
Yes.
Bam Adebayo is shooting threes. I saw him hit 2 threes in person again on Friday. It was a delight. Here's Erik Spoelstra on Bam and his shooting.
No, I think it'd be a cool thing to explore, for sure. I think it'll take some time before schemes change from other teams. Teams are always going to, right now play off of them just because of all the other things that it can create. The passing angles, the drives, the aggressiveness, all that stuff. But we're probably going to look back on this, 4 or 5 years from now and not even remember that these were those kind of discussions. And that's the exciting thing about Bam. Every single year, he just continues to add, and that's a credit to his work ethic, and having the right environment where, he can explore, new things within the context of the team.
I just heard.
Walk into the three. I like that.
I like it. Shoot with confidence.
Yep.
Let it fly, dude. Why do you have a scheming doubt of
No, it's not doubt. I just want to know what you heard.
Well, what I heard from Erik Spoelstra was this is just the beginning. That's what I heard.
And what did
This
you
ain't
hear?
going. This ain't going nowhere.
I heard they won't figure this out this year.
Ever.
Well, I didn't know. See, that's not what he said. He said they won't have time to adjust. So next year.
He said nobody's going to adjust this soon.
Yeah.
To a guy making a couple of threes. You ain't going to change your whole defensive scheme because he made a couple of threes.
By the time they adjust.
Has he only made 10 all year?
What is his total for the year? Let's see.
It really seems like this was match made in heaven. Like, what were we waiting for? Before I thought it was Spo.
I was begging for it. So
I thought Spo was holding him back. Turns out he just had to have the right dream. Just wake up and decide one day, hey, I shoot threes now.
I like it.
Right.
Sometimes sometimes the best inspiration comes from dreams.
Really?
Does it?
What?
I don't know. Started Game of Thrones. It's a dream he had.
Yep.
Look at that. Look at that.
He's a monster. He's playing like a monster.
Mm-hmm.
And now he shoots threes. And it's good. Oh. And Terry. So scary.
Marco.
Yeah. Duncan Robinson's back.
I have a friend, a really good friend. And I'm going to explain to you what he did, right? He has hair up here, and he grew the same thing underneath. I said to him, wait. So I said to him, so if you do a headstand, it'll just look like a mustache, right?
Same thing. Weird choice.
And guess what he replied? Because, sometimes when people realize that probably wasn't the best look.
Yeah.
He said, oh, my barber, he didn't cut it all the way.
Oh, okay. The old blame the barber.
Scary Terry. Ooh, what is he wearing?
Well, it's looks like he's going deer hunting after this.
Yeah. No, I doubt that. Scary Terry don't look like he hunting deer.
You know what he hunts?
What?
Buckets.
Yeah.
He's scary.
I like it. Hey, and he's fast.
Oh, he's fast.
He's the quickest thing on this Heat team as far as movement with the ball.
Listen, Ben Stiller's in for a rude awakening tomorrow night. That's just the facts of it, dude.
You didn't realize how annoying he was.
He's very annoying.
God, every day. Don't you have like a career? Do something, Ben. Jeez.
Make a new movie.
Something.
At least
about Mary too.
Even with the movies being bad, at least Adam Sandler's doing something. Here's Scary Terry on Bam shooting threes.
Taking away my attempts. I was just playing. I think we all want him to shoot it. We all want him to shoot it. He's shooting it. He's super confident, and I think it's only going, keep getting better in this. It make guys have to play him honest. It's just be even tougher to guard when you play him out there. So I think it's going to be a huge help for our offense, and we want him to shoot that.
How is Joe Cronin not fired on the spot after losing by 60?
I told you why.
Shouldn't you just turn in your playbook at that point?
Here. Because when you present getting rid of Dame, you present it as, look, we're going to struggle the next couple of years, right? We're going to struggle, but we got a boatload of draft picks. We're going to be able to get younger, and it's going to be sustainable for a longer period of time.
Okay.
That's what you sell.
Hold on, no. But
if you lose by 60, you're going to fire the coach first.
But they should fire the GM. Like, it's not Chauncey Billups' fault. It's not Chauncey Billups' fault that he traded for a disabled list. Like, he traded for Rob Williams, who doesn't have a knee, Malcolm Brogdon, who's always hurt. Like, these are the chips that he thought he was going to have at his disposal. And his big argument was this Scoot Henderson, who maybe he'll be good one day. I don't know. But they made it seem like this dude was going to walk into the league
and take over like Dame.
He was going to be just like Wembanyama. It's just like, you weren't going to miss Damian Lillard. Like, what?
Guys, I'm looking at Joe Cronin's record in regards to like what he's done since entering the office. And just going back to his first year.
How long has he been there?
2021. December 3rd, 2021 to now.
Nobody remembers what Joe Cronin sounds like, but I'm pretty proud of my Joe Cronin.
Yeah, I really do.
Nobody's better than Scoot.
Is that what he sounds
I
like?
think it is exactly what he sounds like.
Sounds a little like Batman.
I'm also a loser. All right, I'm just gonna skip to the Scoot line.
He sounds like Lego Batman, not even real Batman. He sounds like
Nobody's
Lego
better than
Batman.
Scoot.
Okay.
Boot Scoot Boogie.
Oh my goodness.
-1.
We still waiting on the drawing of the Boot Scoot Boogie.
No, next football season.
All right.
It's not timely right now.
Still working on it.
Nobody's better than Scoot. He's right. Nobody in history better than Scoot at plus minus. He is the
Done
worst.
nothing, dude. He's really done nothing.
Nobody has gone minus
No,
more than
wait, let's
Scoot.
go. Let's go over this. I want to hear.
Okay, so these are some of the more notable names because it's a bunch of nobodies that he's, signed and traded. So he took over in December. By February, he traded CJ McCollum. Let's start off with that. And Larry Nance Jr. and Josh Hart was acquired before getting rid of Josh Hart the following year. Gary Payton.
It's very great. When you trade Damian Lillard's partner, you definitely want to trade the playable players.
Hey, wait. Larry Nance Jr. is in Portland?
Larry Nance Jr. is in
No, he was
Cleveland
traded
now.
from Portland.
But he was in Portland.
To the Pelicans. This was in 2022.
You're going over Joe Cronin's entire bum resume.
Yeah, but we literally don't have enough time to talk about all the names that are horrendous that he brought onto the team. So just the mentionable names: Gary Payton Jr., who is now with the Warriors,
Seasoned player.
James Wiseman, which was supposed to be this great draft.
He was supposed to be.
He hasn't done nothing.
No, but the draft pick, he was a high draft pick that the Warriors got because of the Blazers.
Nobody's better than Scoot.
Really, Jeremy Grant is the only other recognizable name I have.
And they maxed him out quick.
Oh my God, they gave Jeremy Grant so much money.
Like who?
That was
Jeremy Grant, who stole Captain Crunch's shoulder pads on the sidelines. By the way, we can take the mush label off of Neymar. He finally was there for a win.
Record-setting win too.
He showed up in his D Wade half gold, half red jersey.
Pretty good.
Scoot Henderson. Imagine not talking to Damian Lillard. Like this guy had the balls to not talk to Damian Lillard in person. Just big timed him in the facility.
By the way, Shaden Sharp was the other draft pick before.
He's decent.
I mean, decent, but like, what are we doing here, Cronin? How do you still have a job?
Because nobody's better than Scoot.
I told you why.
But he's never. You can't give someone time if they've never done anything.
Again, when you sell something like this.
Okay, but Leroy, you could say out of all of that, if you're a GM, if you're the owner, you literally could bring anybody in here and do a better job than this guy who got you nothing.
Correct. I don't listen.
You could bring anybody.
I don't disagree that maybe there needs to be a conversation about his job, but I'm saying when this all started, okay, perhaps the conversation with the owner was this. Now, how bad it was going to get, I don't know what they thought, but here's what I know. Making moves like this and going through this last 2-year process or 3-year process does not happen without the approval of the owner. And so you're here and it looks terrible, but it's the same thing, like the same thing that happened in Philly, the process. Well, it got to the point where it was too much and they fired the guy anyway.
No,
right?
But here's the thing. Like, they made it seem like we can't have Damian Lillard because he's going to stunt the growth of this guy who basically is like the greatest player that's not Wembanyama. Any other year, you'd be so glad to get this guy.
Right.
Man, maybe Scoot Henderson will be all right. I don't know. Although I'll tell you one thing, that number 2 pick, snake pit. It's a snake pit position.
Throughout the history of the NBA, right?
Snake pit, dude. Not good.
When was Michael Beasley picked?
Shut up.
Okay.
Sam Bowie.
Who was the guy playing last night? Isn't Bagley on the Wizards?
Melvin Marvin or Melvin
Bro, could you
Bagley?
imagine? Could you imagine you passed on Luka? You passed on Luka Doncic and you took Marvin Bagley the third.
Bagley, dude. Wow, that's a bad pick.
That's bad. That guy got fired, by the way.
Good.
Yeah, just for that probably that one decision.
Sheesh. Vladdy. Wasn't it Vladdy? Thought he was running the Kings at the time.
Oh,
Isn't he
that's
still?
right. No,
I think you no. What? No, you want to know why?
Why?
Because he passed to Luca.
Oh, okay, so when Luca was yelling at him, he wasn't even. He's not. He just was.
Nah, I think he was just
attending
hanging. I don't think he does.
the
I don't
game.
think he has that.
Attending the game. Oh my god, sir! I'm just.
You
a
know
fan.
what you did.
I'm just a fan. That's so horrible.
Hey, buddy, remember me?
Oh god, that's so bad.
Hey,
You see the shots Luka
you know
was
what? You should be so thankful that it seems like you have organizations in your city that know what the hell they're doing, right? Especially when it comes to basketball. The bar has been set by this
Is he
organization.
still there though?
Who, Vladdy?
Yeah.
Let's see. He was definitely very close with that.
Let's
And
see.
it's not bad.
Serbian executive, professional informed player who was most recently the. All right, so that would assume that his career has ended.
Yeah, the Kings GM right now is Monty McNair.
Oh, Monty, that's a GM right there.
Oh, is
If Monty McNair came and slapped you in the face, you wouldn't know who it was. He could put you in the rear naked chokehold. They say, who did it? I don't know. I don't even. What's his name? Monty
McNair. Yeah.
McNair? Is he black?
So he's the one who.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this guy is the least recognizable person in the world.
Monty McNair, I'm gonna say is intangible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. He is a balding, chubby, older gentleman.
That does seem to be the window of head of executives. Looks exactly like Joe Cronin's like kid.
I'm telling you, this guy is the default.
The default.
Nobody's better than Scoot.
Okay. I don't know. I have to find that audio now. I need to know what he sounds like.
Take a break. Back after this.
Hey, this is Joe Rose. You and me, we used to be together, every day together, always. I really feel that I'm losing my best friend.
Arguing with Frog Boy, he's getting lazy with the music. You want to know how I know though? Because it's like it's a downer. Like you always remember the downer music that you keep playing. If you need an emergency song, like for example, I produce. Here's the thing, Marcos. I've been in your shoes.
Have you?
Yeah. I've been in your shoes.
Man, the
I've
90s.
done everything you've done, and done it tenfold, twice as long.
What's going on?
And if you need an emergency song,
Yeah.
you pick James Brown's Super Bad. Everybody knows that.
Super bad.
Upbeat. Yeah. Upbeat. If you ever listened back in the day to Zaslow, Romberg, Zaslow and Huck, whoever.
Yeah.
If you knew I didn't have a song prepared, what was my go-to rejoin?
Super bad.
Super Bad by James Brown.
Awesome.
Because nobody's ever going to complain about it.
Have they met you though?
What do you mean?
What?
That's
I complain a lot. Like, dude, me. It used to be. Well, why don't you get our audience? I mean, just really fired up there, Frog Boy.
86. Let's see. Trying to find the exact date. I put this in the system.
What?
Yeah.
How? Whenever the date is, you've played it.
Yeah.
100 times.
All right, that's fair.
I think he played it twice, and each time we've complained about it. It's just not a song you return with.
You're absolutely right, J-Fig. It has been twice, and every time he has complained about it. You're
It's like,
absolutely right.
Why are you playing that song to rejoin me? Like, can we have a little something like upbeat and something,
Why did you even add it to the system?
Yeah, why did you add it to this? Did you even add it to the system?
barely on my
or did Timmy
playlist.
add it to the system?
It's a banger. And I definitely added during we were doing spring break. We were doing spring break while you were gone. That entire week you were gone, by the way. Doing spring break,
Yeah.
playing 90s music, and it was fine. It was great.
You and me. Bro, enough. It's like it's got the longest intro. What else you want to play? You want to play In the Air Tonight with like the longest intro known to man? We got to get back and play something that's got a little pizzazz to it.
Before he even starts singing, we're already halfway through the segment.
Enough already, dude.
No, the problem is you're not cultured.
I'm not cultured.
You're not an artsman, dude.
Dude,
This
I
proves
am
to
an
me-
arts.
Yeah, you have no artsman ability.
I am an artsman. You gonna play that song a 30th time over the last 2 weeks?
I think we should play it from the top. Let's go, baby. Don't speak.
Yeah, here's the thing though. That's not from the top.
chorus. That's the chorus.
The top takes like
You and me.
and then
Leroy
you get
slowed
to
it down for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, just
song.
food for thought. Super Bad by James Brown. Nobody will ever know.
YouTube will know.
Will they?
They'll flag us. Oh, some more James Brown, huh?
Well, let's see if you can make up for it, dude.
Let's do it.
Mixed bag time.
Boom, 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 boom.
Mixed bag brought to you by something. All righty then. We mentioned it multiple times tonight. We got a big one in the women's NCAA March Madness tournament. Hot sauce versus milk and cookies. Angel Reese says Caitlin Clark, the game plan with her is no different than it was last year.
Last year, the scouting report was just to contain her as best as we can and not let the surrounding players score as much as they could. So we're going to do the same thing again this year. I mean, she's scoring 30 when they win. She's scoring 30 when they lose. So it's a win-win-lose situation with it. So we're just going to have to not allow those other players to score.
All right, let her get hers.
That's a lot of people kind of think that, but she gets everybody else involved, right? Like that's the thing that goes unnoticed about is the way she passes the ball and gets everybody else the ball wide open, and they have a few people that can make some threes. So, easier said than done.
I tell you what, on both sides of the basketball tonight, neither of them are blessed, and Gwen Stefani don't speak. There's a lot of chatter between these two teams.
Oh, yeah.
What else you got? Frog Boy?
Another person who has constantly been game planned for to no success. LeBron
James.
See him put up 9 3-point shots or 3-point makes. 9 out of 10 yesterday.
Wow.
Pretty good. 40 points and an impressive performance against Brooklyn. Before that, he had some words on how much longer he will play.
Not very long. Not very long. I'm on the other side, obviously, of the hill, so I'm not going to play another 21 years. That's for damn sure, but not very long. I don't know when that door will close as far as when I'll retire, but I don't have much time left.
I mean, yeah, he's 40.
I mean, wait, that ain't a news flash, Marcos.
I don't know, man.
He's 40.
Is he going to wait for both of his kids? Is he going to sign another contract? Will he have a reunion?
So, like, if for some reason Bronny doesn't work out, he's going to wait till Bryce can make the NBA.
You know, and then after that, he's just like, all right, now I'm done. Still putting up 40 points. Pretty good. Pretty good. Now, your Miami Heat don't need a LeBron James in the lineup. Doesn't matter who's in their lineup, according to Spo, because the correct rotation is the one that gets it done. We have enough.
I don't know. We'll see. You know, here's what the rotation is. Whatever it takes. That's where we are. We made this bed, you know, where we are right now. And because of all the moving parts, everybody right now, it's easy. You just be ready for your minutes, contribute in a positive way, and help impact winning. That's all it's about right now. And everybody's signed up for that. Everybody's bought into that. It's really kind of simplified things. And you can kind of get to that point sometimes when you get toward the end.
I like it. That's Goosey's right there.
That is
The rotation is whatever it takes. Goosey's. Wow.
All right.
You know, that's
I'm more worried about what the rotation would be when everybody's healthy, to be honest with you.
well, that was kind of the point of his answer.
Okay.
Whoa. So you're scoffing at him? Is that what you're doing right now?
No.
You're scoffing at Erik Spoelstra, because that's exactly what you just
correct me.
dismissed him.
Correct me if
You
I'm
just
wrong.
dismissed him.
Correct me if I'm
Leroy.
wrong. I have always said that this team seems to play better when they don't have a big bench, when there are guys out, when everybody, their roles are definitive, right? They seem to play better. When guys start coming back and he starts trying to figure out whose minutes are going to be what, that's sometimes when they struggle. So, like, yeah, he can say what he wants, but the reality of it is that they don't have struggles when they have 8 men or 10 men. They sometimes,
Well, that's not exactly true. I mean, they've had some pretty they've had some struggles this month with people out.
As of lately, they've struggled with everything. But I've always said what I'm saying. This is nothing new to the show.
I mean, I didn't realize you were the substitute teacher and you just dismissed Erik Spoelstra, dude.
I didn't dismiss him.
Dismissed him.
He has been pretty consistent with what he believes and what he thinks from the beginning of him taking that job. So,
who do you think in the Miami Heat makes their best bed? You know, who do you think is like who like tucks in the corners, makes a bed look real nice?
Duncan Robinson.
Oh,
hey,
Duncan Robinson looks like he puts a mint on his pillow every single day.
A mint?
He put the mint on his own pillow.
With like a little flower on top.
Wait, and on the wrapper it says 5 threes. When he leaves the house in the morning. No, wait, let me see. I would say who has the messiest one?
Nico.
As of right now.
Oh, yeah. He's a kid.
Right? It would have to be Kevin Love. Doesn't he have just a new kid?
Nah,
I don't know.
No.
Kevin Love kind of strikes me as a neat freak. Like, I feel like Kevin Love is keeping that bed nice and tight.
Babies make you not care about cleanliness and how your bed looks.
I don't know.
I gotta tell you.
Jovic seems to me that he cares the least about his bed.
My wife makes the bed up every morning, right?
Yep.
And I say, we're just gonna mess it up again tonight. What's the point?
I like it.
She goes, because then you don't have to fight to get the covers all right. You can just get in and go to sleep. No, I'm like, all right, whatever.
Schmieden says
so
no
when
way,
she was gone, I made the bed.
Wow. And did you
Gotta
feel
tell
good about
you.
it?
But I did here. I made it up real nice, right? And I sent her a picture. But I ain't a dummy. I fold the blankets over to the side and then got under the blankets so I ain't have to make it up all crazy again the next morning.
Yeah. In and out. So you make it like a sleeping bag.
Yeah, basically. So I just before I get in bed, I fold half of the bed over like that, and then I pull it over me. And then when I get up in the morning, I just straighten that side out.
There's nothing better than sleeping like that. Like it's just
Hey, can I say something though?
so neat.
Jennifer.
What?
When you are asleep, you do not care as long as the covers are over you. Right? So when I'm asleep, go ahead.
But do you move a lot? I don't really move a lot.
Huh?
I don't move a lot. So it all stays in place.
My wife sleeps like Dracula.
Wow.
I'm like, I stare at her, I'm like, hey, can you turn on the side? That's kind of creepy.
Don't sleep.
She just like this.
Oh no.
It's scary, right? It's scary. I'm like, wait a minute.
I just wanna be dreaming.
So and you know what else? I cannot sleep if there's any light in the house. So if somebody leaves the kitchen light on,
You need blackout curtains?
yeah, I need to be dark. I can't if somebody turns the damn TV on, right? But that being said, I love the sound of the AC and the fan.
You know, I always was curious about this with NBA players. Like when Nikola Jovic goes on the road, what does he do? Does he have to put the ottoman at the bed so his feet have some support?
They're all that tall. What are you talking about?
No, dude, there's a certain level of tall. Like once you get to 6'10", you got trouble finding a standard hotel
Bam's
bed.
got the same problem.
But I imagine Bam gets the good rooms. You know, there's got to be
listen.
Yeah, rookie.
Hey, by the way, when you go to a hotel,
Mhm.
they don't have special beds for tall people, you idiot.
No, they're definitely gonna have some special.
No, they
beds.
don't.
You're telling me Wembanyama's got his feet hanging over the bed right now for the Spurs? He doesn't get this room.
I think Wemby just kneels over the edge of the bed and puts his head on the pillow like that. Because there's enough, right? No. The biggest bet, and keep in mind, everybody says California King. A California King is shorter. It's just wider.
So you got to go diagonal?
No, a regular king is longer, but not as wide.
Okay, but once you get past power forward, all right. So everybody's 6'9" and above on the heat.
Yeah. Okay.
You're still good on a standard hotel bed. You got to go.
That's what they have.
You got to curl
That's
up.
what they have.
I don't like that.
You're sleeping in the bed by yourself.
Because I love spreading out in a hotel bed. You know.
Really?
Yeah.
Does
I wanna be
Dee not
curled
have
up
a
like
problem with that? Did she get over you, ogre?
Yeah, but when we're in Vegas, we get the whole room to
Oh,
ourselves.
listen. You know what I do? No,
Right
I'm not
after.
fat shaming a California King. I have one. But I'm just saying for tall people, a California King makes it worse because it's shorter and wider. So, no, I'm not shaming it. No, but here's the deal. I'm telling you what, I do that. I ain't gonna lie. So, yes, but when you go to the hotel, when we go to Vegas and you get to sleep, you don't get to sleep at home, it's glorious. I can put the AC on 12, right? I ain't worried about electricity, right? I get up and I love it. I also did get sick as a dog one time because the bed sucked. I slept on the floor.
Shemeen says Leroy sleeps on a California King. Tobin sleeps on a Burger King. Or at a Burger King.
What is it?
By the way, that promotion, haven't been able to use it yet.
It looks like I'll never get a Whopper Jr.
Wait,
well, look outside if the
they're
roof is
winning.
closed.
They're winning because we talk about Burger King and they ain't have to give up nothing.
Just pay for it.
I mean, it is come on, you cheap bastard. It is only a Whopper Jr.
Guys, I got 50% off pizza today. I ain't buying nothing at full price.
Oh man. Take a break. I'll speak. Back after this.
Tobin and Leroy is sponsored by Kendall Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, home of the $8,000 trade. KendallDodgeChryslerJeepRam.com.
Don't tell me cause don't speak. I know what you
I knew you would do this.
I don't need your reason.
Don't tell me cause it hurts. I mean, objectively, it is better if you started off at the chorus.
I mean, I had to start it before.
But that's
the last
not
segment.
where you started it because nobody's better than Scoot.
By the way, finally heard his voice. Pretty good impression.
Pretty good impression, right?
Pretty good.
But it's only if I do that line. That's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is getting a little bit too much. Nobody's better than Scoot.
Wow.
Woof, he stinks. That Blazers team stinks.
Yeah.
Let's get to our headlines.
They
Brought to you
worse than Washington?
What's that?
Are they worse than Washington?
Bro, they lost by 60.
That's not the first time they've lost by 60 this year either. Oklahoma beat them by 61.
I mean, that's just it really was. Because like I watched that game and the Heat were up 40 at the end of the third quarter, and I'm like, I'm gonna go watch this in the press room. You know, don't feel like I want to go through the crowd. I feel like I'll just go kick my feet up. And I figured the Heat would win the game by 20, you know, like, because I figured, oh, they're going to be playing garbage time. And no, in fact, what happened was Thomas Bryant decided, I'm going to play harder than everybody else out here. I'm going to dominate you fools.
I'm going to go get mine.
Get mine, dude.
I'm going to get mine.
Then Jamal
there's no ramifications of not getting mine. Oh, I'm going to get mine.
Jamal Cain's like, should I dribble this out or should I step back for a three? You got your answer. Cain train.
It would have really been if he would have shot it and went, Cronin!
I'm pretty sure that Pat Riley sent Jamal Cain a little something.
Just a little wink.
Just a little something.
Wait, he ordered the code red?
Something.
Pat Riley, did you order the code red? You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. We should have had tape.
Let's get to our headlines here. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
No trucks.
The Marlins, they'll be back at it today against the Los Angeles Angels.
What time we got today? Because
that's a 6:40 first pitch.
Oh, 6:40. Like, the thing I like about baseball is you very rarely start an 8 o'clock game at home.
Nah.
It's usually like 6:40, 7 o'clock. So, like, if you want to go see a Marlins game, especially now, it should be pretty empty. Right?
Well,
Monday, 6:40.
Depends. I mean, if the roof's open or not. I mean, who knows? You know, like
You're not giving enough respect to the shadows.
we got to watch out for the shadows.
You're not. I have a full explanation on the
Wait,
shadows.
dude, can I say something? You know, like most football stadiums are designed to go east-west, but some do go like end zone to end zone, and you have to deal with it. If you ever said something like that after a football game.
If you guys don't know what we're referring to, Jazz Chisholm Jr., the Marlins center fielder, who hit a grand slam yesterday, by the way.
But
end of the season.
Early in the game, before the sun was out.
Before the shadows. Woo. He then was asked, hey, Jazz, you know, this Pirates bullpen, pretty dominant. After the third inning, you know, you guys couldn't hit anything. And Jazz Chisholm, locked and loaded, had a reason.
What made, I guess, the Pirates bullpen so challenging this series?
That we couldn't see. That's all. I feel like the shadows was we're not used to playing shadows. We normally play inside every day, you know. So when we get a shadow for 3 of the 4 games at home for the first time of the season, it's kind of hard to adjust to, you know. We're used to the roof being closed and being able to see every at bat. It's kind of tough to see when it's black out there and facing a guy throwing 101, you know.
Jesus. Come on, dude.
You guys aren't taking
Come on, dude.
Come on.
You gotta look. You gotta have more awareness than that if you're Jazz Chisholm. I'm sorry.
This isn't the first time this happened, though. They were breaking this down last playoffs about how the shadows affect hitting, man.
I know shadows affect hitting, but we're not used to it.
Not used to it.
What the hell does that mean? We're not used to it.
Every year the sun burns brighter. You know that.
Dude,
Global warming.
You cannot bring that up game 4. I'm sorry.
Will you stop letting Marcos do you like you
can't.
do me?
Global warming.
He can't
He's
say
not
it.
wrong though.
The sun
It
is
just gets
brighter.
worse every year.
Also, we usually don't start at home except for last year when we started at home. How were the shadows then?
Well, it doesn't matter because they're not used to it. Because by game 4, you can't be used to it because we're thinking about the at bats that we had last year. Even though we've been we've been hitting in the sun for the last month. I mean, what? Okay, then Jazz, let me ask you something, dude. What happened in game 1 where you guys didn't get a hit after the 3rd inning either? Just curious. I'm not used to it. I don't understand. Huh?
It almost sounds like, and I'm gonna just throw this out there. Once they get through your lineup 1 or 2 times, they pretty much figured you out. Right? That's what it seems like.
I don't think anybody else on the team is saying that except for him.
Right. That's brutal.
It's brutal.
That's
I'm
brutal.
sorry. It's a really bad look to come out and say that.
Yeah.
You got to keep some things in the inside voice. You got to keep them to yourself.
I think it's a marketing opportunity. You can come out with.
You're right, because you want to know what's going to happen now?
Yeah.
When you go on the road, if he goes to Philadelphia, the fans are going to be doing shadow puppets.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Hey, Jazz, look up here. It's a dog.
What the hell is rabbit? So you're just gonna show little shadows running by Jazz? Wait, what do you think the lights are,
That's
dude?
what he would be doing.
Why are you so mean?
Jazz, it's a bird.
Not anymore.
What are we doing?
Give it away.
The shadows got us. Dude, let me tell you something. You better hit 600 on those closed roof games. I'm telling you right
Or
now.
at night. At night?
Or at night. Yeah, you better be lighting it up like a Christmas tree.
That doesn't even make sense, dude.
What do you mean?
Like, because first of all, the reason why you don't say nothing like that is because you're insinuating that if there were no shadows, you'd be
we
at
would've had
600.
'em.
Right.
Exactly. Oh, we would have had
Right.
him.
You know what that is? Now that I think about it, that sounds like the old Tobin.
Oh.
He just pulled the old Tobin. He could say, you know what? The shadows, not a true at bat.
You think like he basically used illegal air?
Huh?
Yeah, like a legal air. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Why are you have a problem with him? You do it all the time.
I'm not him. I'm not him. Like, listen, when I say illegal air, what does Erik Spoelstra say? We'll play on Everest.
He's tough.
You know, if Jazz Chisholm, he needs to be the cockiest player in the league and be like, shadows, play blindfolded.
Send him to the shadow realm.
So you're saying you can use the excuse of saying basically the same thing as you're not out.
He can't say that exactly. He can't say that.
But you can?
Yes.
Why?
I'm not Jazz.
Illegal air.
Hey, you have used the phrase "not a true loss" more times than I care to mention.
I'm not the star of the team.
I can imagine Jazz Chisholm at the end of the game. Not a true loss.
He basically did.
Hey guys, don't worry about it. Not a true loss. We're good.
Well, the thing was, guys, we're not used to playing in shadows.
Or you could be the Paul Maurice, and you can't tell if they won or lost with his comments.
Dude, he barely plays enough to be used to anything.
Wow.
Play 4 games.
Like
getting snippy with Jazz.
I'm not getting snippy, but like,
snippy with
oh,
Jazz,
you know,
dude.
I was used to all those games in the indoors. It's like, dude, you played 60 games last year. What?
Hey, I still don't.
You're lucky to be used to any pitches.
No, I'm still trying to figure out though. Like, is the sun in his eyes? What shadows?
When Nick Gordon hits that home run yesterday to tie it up, he's like, how did you do that? Dude? Shadows.
Didn't even see them all.
No, but I'm saying like it usually only matters when like the shadow is crawling onto the field and it's in between like the pitcher and the batter.
Pitcher in the batter, yeah.
Right.
Or there's
but-
light in the outfield if the batter's eye has more light.
Right. So I don't understand. Like, I don't think the sun goes that way.
I can't wait to hear what Skip Schumacher has to say about this.
You think somebody's going to ask him?
Oh, you what? They better.
You just want to throw Jazz under the bus? Huh?
What do you want? Hold on. Dude, it's a story on ESPN today that he's not gonna get. He has to be asked about this. Hey, Skip, what'd you
The
think?
guy who just hit the grand slam can't say that.
Anyway,
And guess what? Again, it plagues them around the same inning, regardless of whether they're in the sun or not.
How come it didn't plague the Pirates?
Okay,
you know, Pirate. They wear that eye patch because
you know why? Because
Shadow,
Sixto came into relief.
Sixto.
That only
A guy who was known to throw gas, and he offered up peanut oil.
You're allowed to have a 6'7" shortstop.
Oh, yeah, they
I'm
do.
like,
Yeah,
he's
he's
tall.
He's really good.
J-Fig,
I
do we
mean,
have permission?
A-Rod was really tall. A-Rod's 6'4", 6'5", right?
Yeah, something like that.
Not
Yeah, he was a shortstop.
Tell you what he does. What he's not tall enough to on
What?
the Timberwolves, apparently.
No.
J-Fig, we got permission to give away your tickets here.
Ooh.
I think so. They're
If you
good
guys
tickets.
want to go see Stained,
Oh,
Breaking Benjamin,
yes,
and Daughtry, they will be at the I Think Financial Amphitheater in late September. If you guys want to go, J-Fig's giving away your tickets right now. What caller number, J-Fig?
7.
Caller 7 to 305-567-0560. 305-567-0560. You'll win a pair of tickets to see Breaking Benjamin, Daughtry, and Stained. They're going to be the I Think Financial Amphitheater in late September. So if you guys want to go, caller 7 to 305-567-0560. You'll win the tickets.
WQA.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Very much looking forward to our action tonight. Got Marlins back at it, Cats back at it. It's a busy time, Leroy. We got something every day this week, man.
We do.
Every day this week. We got Heat Knicks tomorrow. We got Heat Sixers on Thursday. Joel Embiid will apparently make his return tomorrow against OKC.
Oh, so he's going to play against OKC. Does that mean he's going to sit?
I don't know. It's not a back-to-back, so I would assume you're not clearing him unless you're trying to ramp him up for the playoffs.
Right, I got you.
I would assume so, but I don't know. I mean, who the hell knows?
Plays before Tyler Hero.
What do you guys think Kyle Lowry's reception is going to be like? You think he gets apathy, or you think he's going to get booed or cheered?
If he scores 15?
No, I'm saying like introed, when he gets introed, because he's going to, like, as soon as Mike Biamonte announces him.
I think he'll get a golf clap.
Golf clap?
Golf clap. Yeah, that's probably best. No one's going to go like, woo!
Nobody's going to boo him. Nobody's going to,
He's not going to get the James Harden.
No.
James
Yeah,
Harden
but that's also the Philly.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, that city just being
Yeah, that's the Philly special. Dude, you know when you go to play Philadelphia, expect the worst.
Stun Steve says he's going to get booed loudly.
Booed? Really? Why?
Because
you think people are going to pull a Tobin and he starts chucking up shots? Now you want to shoot?
We haven't booed a lot of people coming back. The only person who really got it was Hassan, and he was shook by it. But the thing that he was really upset about wasn't even the booing. He was upset because we started chanting, "We got shooters."
Yeah.
And he was just upset because he goes, I don't know. I was just excited because I was going to a team with Damian Lillard.
Now look at you.
Look at you, Hassan. Well, now Hassan's back in the good graces. He was doing a lot of.
He did the cook at the hibachi.
He cooked hibachi with the
That
Heat.
was strange. Can't believe you guys weren't invited.
I know. Hey, Heat, next time there's a hibachi event, old Tobes and Leroy got to get the invite.
Yeah.
Love hibachi, dude.
Yeah. Maybe we wouldn't it be something if hibachi, we sitting around a hibachi table and then bam, come down and on the hibachi grill, just put down some dominoes. And so while them people think we're going to be eating a hibachi, we playing dominoes on the hibachi grill.
But don't you have to, as a I don't even say a novice, as a non-dominoes player that I am, there's only one type of dominoes player. You have to face across from each other. It would be harder at a hibachi grill, would it not?
Oh, yes.
No, not if he was supposedly the cook.
Oh,
yeah.
So you want to build a bridge?
No, I'm just saying. He's standing right across from me, and I sit across from him. And instead of throwing out some rice and some chicken, he put the dominoes on the thing.
But if you're gonna win, shouldn't you be the cook?
I got to tell you, Marcos.
Yeah.
2002 NFL on my TV. I like it a lot better than I thought I would.
Is this Dante Hall returning?
Yeah, the joystick, dude. Dante Hall. Let's go.
This one. Yeah, this is
Who you think would be the first? Because
blood.
Isn't what's his name up for Hall of Fame this year?
Who's up?
From Miami, from the University of Miami.
Oh, he's in. He got voted in. Hester's getting inducted.
Which is crazy.
No, we had this talk afterwards because you were saying that Metcalf has.
Go look at Metcalf's return numbers and look at Devin Hester.
Comparable.
We did. He's not quite at Hester level, but it's
but he also
overall as a player,
dude. He has 20,000 total yards.
I understand. If you're gonna say, but he's going
in the
into
NFL.
specialty
In the NFL, that includes returns.
Look,
and when he retired, he had the most return touchdowns in the league. So, yeah.
Man, would you say in this situation, the 2002 Chiefs-Chargers game, that punter was shook, Marcos, because he didn't want to kick to Dante Hall, and that's why he got blocked?
I'll tell you what, these live updates we're giving of this 2002 game, it's pretty good.
I'm telling you right now. Who do we got? Trent Green at quarterback right now?
Yeah. Priest Holmes in the backfield, potentially. Ooh. What a good game.
I think I'm going to do more of this. Watch old classic NFL games. They're doing this because it's rookie throwbacks, Drew Brees, So he must have some kind of crazy comeback in this game, yeah?
And they have to. Yeah, if he's the one who's being highlighted, this is a potent Kansas City offense too. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Rodney Harrison is a safety. This is good football.
Tony Gonzalez is still on the Chiefs.
Dang. The original Kelsey. Way nicer. Junior Seau before he went to the Dolphins. Good times.
I played against him in college.
Scary.
Yeah, you know what our game plan was against him.
Run away. Run away.
No. Here's what Bo came in before we played. Our first practice for the Rose Bowl. He said, Junior Seau is a tremendous athlete, sideline to sideline. He has a big motor. He says, we're going to test the theory. We're going to see how he handles a 300-pound lineman in his face. So instead of running away from him, we're going to run right to him.
Ooh, wow.
Yes.
Did it work?
Yeah. It eliminated all of his pursuit to the ball.
Brilliant.
Now, when he gave you this plan initially and he said, Leroy, you're going to run right at him, were you like, excuse me?
Excuse me, what? What's the game plan?
Before you knew the plan was going to work, did you have any apprehension that this plan was going to work?
No, I didn't. I mean, I had the biggest line in football. Why wouldn't I think that would work? My left guard, my right guard averaged 320 in college in 1987 or 88.
Man strength. Big. Are they available? Guys, see that?
Everybody's line is like that now.
This offensive lineman the other day ran a 4.8. I was like impressive, but like, I mean, how fast do I need you to pull? Like,
You'd be amazed. You'd be amazed that teams that see offensive linemen that can run.
Mike McDaniel would want the fastest lineman.
Well, you look at certain teams that do that. Mike McDaniel, he would pull a lot of offensive linemen if he could. Philadelphia does it. There's a lot of teams that pull a lot of offensive linemen. So if you can move, they're definitely gonna draft you.
Crazy. Hey Leroy, we got a fun week coming up on Friday. You know, we're going to be broadcasting live. LIV Golf tournament is going to be going on. What do
Can
we
I
got?
tell you?
Tell us
I
a
have
little bit.
never broadcasted from a golf tournament.
Do I have to?
So I'd be interested.
I'm excited for it.
No, why do we have to do golf talk? We're not Nance. Because guess what? There's going to be a DJ with music playing the whole event.
Here comes the Gooch Man.
Yes.
Gooch Man, tease it up.
What night does Akon play?
I want to say
traffic cone.
I would guess maybe Saturday night. I'm not sure. I'll see if I can look into that.
As long as his plans aren't locked up.
Golf's boldest league is coming back to Miami this Friday through Sunday. That's April 5th through the 7th. And now's your chance to be there. Catch LIV Golf at Doral Blue Monster and see John Rahm, Brooks Koepka, and Dustin Johnson take on one of the world's most fearsome golf courses with live DJs and a euphoric headline concert, Akon. Tickets are selling fast, so grab yours now at livegolf.com. That's livegolf.com.
it costs to be the boss.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Leroy, can you get a weather update from the Demensman and Dover Law Firm? YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
I'm glad you asked. It is partly cloudy right now. Winds are 10, 15 miles an hour out of. Looking for cloud movement. 1 second. Looking. Don't hear any planes. I'm guessing it's somewhere out of the east, but I cannot confirm because the damn clouds are moving. And I'm going to say it's around 80 degrees.
How you do, Marcos?
83 degrees currently. Winds out of the south, southeast.
Southeast.
10 miles per hour.
He's a golfer, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see it in person coming up on Friday. All right, so some news coming across. We saw this, some stuff was floating around this hour. But we want to make sure other outlets were reporting it because we weren't quite sure. We were going basically off a coach off Twitter. But now it's top story on TMZ, WSVN. They're taking their report on it. But some horrific news is former Dolphins first-round pick and cornerback Vontae Davis has apparently been found dead at his home, 35 years old, Leroy.
Yes.
He was
it's absolutely terrible. Dude, let me tell you, you know, a lot of times we just assume that these athletes aren't people, right? And they say, oh, well, you signed up for this. No, like a lot of guys go into a career thinking, I'm just going to live my best life and play football, right? They didn't never learn how to deal with all of the other stuff, the disappointment that comes to it, the rebuilding, to the, you know, think about guys that go into football. Your whole life, you've been praised. Your whole life, especially now. Think about this. Everybody comes out of high school, NIL, we can do this for you. We can do this for you. Oh, you don't like what you're doing? You get transfer portal. You go somewhere else, get more NIL. And it's always, we can do for you. And then you get to that upper, you know, echelon of players, and it's not like that. And a lot of times it's difficult to handle that. Like, or even worse, when you get done with football, when you realize, I tell you, one of the biggest struggles I've ever had in my life was realizing that football is a play world. It is nothing like the real world. And you can't act the way you do or have the demands that people have on you in the real world. And so to some people, that's very difficult to deal with. And I don't know what the circumstances are.
We don't know. This is from SVN. They said a death investigation is underway after the body of former Dolphins cornerback Vontae Davis was found at a residence in Southwest Ranches. Davie Police and Broward County Medical Office arrived on the scene on Monday morning. The property records say the home is owned by Adeline Davis, who is Vontae Davis's grandmother, who we obviously know he was very, very close with. Police said that the male was found deceased at the home and no foul play was involved.
Yeah, so you don't know what's going on in his life, but think about it. It's the same guy that retired at halftime.
Yep.
So you have to understand, like, you know, one of the reasons why I always fight back on how we attack players in certain situations is it's a hard thing to do, both mentally and physically. And some people, physically, they can deal with it, but mentally they can't. Because you never had to deal with anything like this. I mean, I grew up fighting everybody, so it didn't matter what people, I've just figured I'd just fight my way through it. But everybody's not like that. And so you see it all the time in sports where you just wonder, well, why? Why? Because it's not as easy as people think. So again, I don't know what's going on. I know that there's been 3 or 4 guys that played the same time I've played that tragedy has taken either by themselves or somebody else, right? And so, like, I just know I feel sorry, you know, I feel bad. Like, you know, I always wish that they get a chance to get their footing and be able to make it in the real world, right? Be able to make it through what the world that we live in. because the world that these athletes live in, most people could never live in. Right?
Yeah, it's just a dude. 35
just-
is so
right,
damn young. That's
right,
like
exactly.
that's there's so much life ahead. So that's just heartbreaking to hear from today about Vontae. You know, and I know Vontae, like you said, his career ended very abruptly, and his tenure with the Dolphins. But one thing is for sure, like that guy at the peak of his powers was very, very talented.
Very good. Very good.
Very,
Like, and you don't here, let's put it this way. You don't go from being that good to just all of a sudden being that bad and no injuries involved if it's just mentally you can't take it anymore. Right? It's hard. Think about it. You've been praised your whole life, and then you get into a scenario where you booed by half the people.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you get booed by your own people. It is not for the weak-minded and not for mentally. You got to be ready for that because it's something you've never been accustomed to. And everybody says, oh, but you're getting paid all that money. No, dude. This is like people problems. It ain't got nothing to do with money. This is just human nature. So I don't know. Again, we have no idea what happened. They didn't find him with anyone. So, and they said no foul play. So I don't know what, they're gonna.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, it's still early.
Right. It's still
like
early.
I was, tempted to even just mention it, but it is starting to get everywhere, and all the local outlets are picking it up.
I just feel like I feel bad. I feel, terrible from the standpoint of like some of these guys never got an opportunity to be who they are, never got a chance to open up. People never got to really learn about them because they were so sheltered, right? And he was a quiet person, right? He wasn't like an outgoing or a cornerback who talked trash or whatever. His thing was, I like playing football and I'm going to go do what I do.
Yeah, I mean, no, he was always he was. I mean, first round pick for the Dolphins with Sean Smith. They were going to be like, you remember they came into this and we're going to be the next big duo, the next Madison Surtain. And then he obviously had the infamous moment where he's traded on Hard Knocks and then wants to call his grandma, and Jeff Ireland's like, well, this hasn't hit the news yet, but obviously had a very close relationship with his grandmother and went to Indy. I want to say he made 2 Pro Bowls with the Colts.
Yeah. And then just quit at halftime.
And that was a few years ago too, right? So what are you retiring at 31, 32 years old?
I think if you want to know how difficult it was to handle certain situations in football, especially football, because football is 100% sport. And I tell you that all the time. Like, it's not like you do 40% of your job, you're a Hall of Famer. Football is 100% sport. And think about how it was or how he felt that he retired at halftime. Right?
He must have felt awful.
Right. Like that in itself is, something that I can't. I've seen guys retire, before the season started during camp. Like, I can't do this. Right. I've seen guys do that. But like at halftime of a football game.
Yeah, and that's why it's like, you want to see what the details that come out, because they say no foul play. That just may mean like, been nobody else on them. But like, you hate to speculate on stuff like this. It's just awful news all around. And so you pray for Vontae Davis's family, Vernon Davis, obviously his brother, the great tight end.
Yep.
But just horrific news for the former Dolphins first round pick. He is reportedly found today dead at the age of 35. So sucks.
What a terrible way to end the show.
I know.
It's unfortunate. Like, yeah. I mean, you got to report what you got to report, but it still sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we'll close out the show for today, everybody, and hopefully we will get some.
Now you can play the music, Marcos, the intro.
I would not do that. Okay.
I mean, I feel like I mean, like just knowing what people go through in that sport and knowing how just miserably alone they feel when they're done because they don't have that environment that they've
Yeah,
been in their whole life.
It's an
Like,
early
it-
ending too. It's
it's
very
terrible.
it was such an odd way for the career to finish. And so you're right, like that's not typically a normal thing. So
Right.
you hate to assume that it bled into his life after football, but you know, man.
Yeah. You don't know. You don't know.
You don't know.
And we better just stop because we have no idea what actually, is
Yeah,
going on.
maybe we'll learn more about it tomorrow.
Yep.
But ultimately for right now, just prayers to the Davis family. That's just and the Dolphins family. That's horrible news to hear today. And we hope that you guys, pick things up for tomorrow and get back to our normal stuff. But that was a tough way for the show to end today. Everybody have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
I'll see y'all.